Yo, the enemy's public, I gotta keep my eyes open. Pay attention, stop walking around like you blindfolded. This not the World Cup, but Nasir be kicking knowledge. This is the type of information you can never learn in college. It's time to fight back, it's no more trying to play it cool. We got interviews, podcasts, and got the latest news. So sit back and relax, we about to get it started. Earth is a canvas, and guess who's the con artist? They brainwashing us, the system corrupted. You are now rocking with the enemy's public. You are now rocking with the enemy's public. I said you are now rocking with the enemy's public. Hey.
Peace. This is the enemy's public. I'm Bro.Nasir. I want to discuss briefly the grand jury decides no charges for cops who murdered Jayland Walker. Jayland Walker was a young brother who had just suffered the loss of his girlfriend, tragically, in a car accident. And he was being chased by the police, and one of the cops set him up to be murdered. The cop said there was shots fired from the vehicle, and the police chased him. They tried to stop him first for, they said that everything wasn't working on his car. How I don't understand how they knew that it was mechanical malfunctions on the vehicle that they're not driving. Was it a brake light, or was it, was a car smoking? Was a tire missing, or whatever? But they said mechanical issues on this young man's vehicle. They started chasing him. They said he fired shots at them. I believe that the officer said he fired shots to justify them shooting the brother. Cut to the chase. The brother jumped out the vehicle. They gave chase. And when he turned around to surrender, evidently they thought he was turning around to shoot. And they're trying to say it was suicide by cop. And they shot the brother. They shot at the brother 90 times. And they hit him over 60 times. It was to the point that they almost shot each other. They were shooting at this young brother so much. And they always put someone before us who looked like us to do the cop-splaining, to come be the bearers of bad news to us when they decide that they're not going to do the right thing when one of them murder us, which is most case scenario. They never do the right thing when it comes to us. A young brother gets murdered, and the grand jury decides none of the police officers are going to be charged with murdering his brother, shooting his brother to death. Shooting at him that many times is an overkill. This is what they do to us. They always send one of us out to tell us that, okay, let me explain to you, doing the Negro thing, the cop-splaining, putting a black face on anti-blackness. See, their trick bag is they'll have one of us say it so it don't appear to be racist, as if we don't see that trick bag.
None of the 8 officers involved have been indicted on any criminal charges for their actions that night. Today, you will be hearing from 3 speakers: Akron Mayor Dan Horgan, Akron Police Chief Steve Milet, and Akron's Deputy Mayor for Public Safety, Clarence Tucker. We will allow for questions at the end of the presentation by each speaker. Please don't ask any questions at the end of their individual presentation, but we'll take questions at the end. We will not be able to answer questions related to any evidence or the incident itself and we will direct those questions back to the Attorney General who handled the investigation. Lastly, we'd like to direct media and members of the public to our newly created website, akronupdates.com. akronupdates.com for the most up-to-date information which will be available on this incident. We will have mental health resources, information on the grand jury process, frequently asked questions, press information, demonstration zone information, and more on this website. We will also have the latest, most up-to-date information on road closures posted on this website. For the latest news, please refer to that website and share it with your friends and family. And again, that website is akronupdates.com. At this time, I'd like to welcome Akron Mayor Dan Horrigan to the podium.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Good evening. I want to thank all of you for being here today. Before I begin, I want to say again my deepest condolences to the loved ones of Jayland Walker, his friends, his family. Remain in my prayers and my thoughts. At the beginning of this process, I asked our community to do the hardest thing that I could ask them to do, and that was to be patient and allow the investigation to proceed. For 9 long months, we've waited patiently and anxiously.
Waited patiently and anxiously for you to come out and tell us you're not going to do shit.
To learn more about this case. And today, we finally received some answers. First, let me thank Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost and the Bureau of Criminal Investigation for investigating the case. I'd also like to thank the members of the grand jury for performing their civic duty. And while I know this may not be the outcome that some members of our community may have wanted, I want to reiterate that this investigation was handled completely independently. An outside agency undertook the investigation of Mr. Walker's death from beginning to end. From that point, a jury of Summit County residents was convened and presented with the evidence accumulated from the state's investigation, and ultimately made a collective decision not to bring criminal charges against any of the officers involved in the Walker shooting. Now, this is a change in process that our residents have asked for and was the first for our entire community. I want to assure our residents and our community that this is not the end. In a few minutes, Chief Milet will discuss what happens next for the internal investigation in the Akron Police Department. But I want to emphasize that we will continue to talk with our residents, our community organizations, our faith leaders, and our business owners, and beyond, about how we work together to create the Akron that all of us want. In the days ahead, we will challenge ourselves as a city, as a police department, and as a community to improve our structure in order to create a better outcome and belonging for all. And we have to look at the entire picture, not only of our policies and procedures, but also our tactics, our communications, our systems, our services, and most importantly, our relationships, safety in our communities, and most importantly, police-community relations. I will make the same ask of residents that I did back in July, which is to call for peace in our community. I would ask that during these times of tension and trauma, that you turn towards one another and not on each other. Akron is full of passion and energy, and when directed appropriately, it can be a catalyst for change, sustainable change in our community. And as you raise your voices and seek the change that you want to see, I would ask that you do so nonviolently. We will protect our citizens' right to assemble, demonstrate, and petition this government, but to do so peacefully. Let me thank all of those who have taken part in incredibly important dialogue. The conversations have not stopped, and the one thing that we've come to agree on is that no one wants outsiders coming to our city to capitalize on folks' trauma for their own agenda. We ask that outsiders with ill intentions stay where they are. Akron needs to process this latest news. There will come a time for healing in our community, but that cannot happen until there's a foundation of trust, communication, and coordination, and we know some of that is going to take time. I pledge to listen to you in the days and weeks to come, and pledge that this city will work to keep everyone safe during any demonstration, and that means those protesting, bystanders, the traveling public, our police department, and beyond. And to our over 400 Akron police officers, I know you.
They shot this young brother over 60 times. as he was surrendering. They shot him over 60 times. They shot at him over 90 times and hit him over 60 times as he was turning around to surrender to them. If you hire a bunch of scared to death punks, this is what you're going to get. See, officer safety is cowardice, public safety, that's heroism.
You've gone through a lot in the last 9 months, and there will continue to be difficult days ahead in our community as we process today's information. And I would ask that you remember that call to service, which you have answered in the absolute highest calling, and it requires the absolute best of you. I know our police department wants to serve the residents of Akron, and they want to protect everyone in this.
Big facts, Hawkeye.
As our community begins to process this next step, my prayers remain with the Walker family and all of Jayland's friends and our community at large. There will be many more conversations in the days and weeks ahead. But at this time, I'd like to invite Chief Milet to the podium to discuss the internal investigation which will occur. Chief.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to start by acknowledging the loss of Jayland Walker and the impact the shooting has had on so many people. It is truly a tragedy. I know
it's not impacting nobody like the Walker family. It's not impacting the police department. These guys are on administrative duty, desk duty for murdering somebody. All these officers shot at that man over 90 times to the point that they almost shot each other. They had to say, hold up, stop shooting. They shot this man so many times. And one of the officers justified it by saying that he shot at them.
Many people have been affected by his loss, no more so than the Walker family, the Akron community, and every member of this police department, the Akron Police Department.
These bastards coming up one at a time to lie to the damn people.
My wife and I are keeping the Walker family and everyone impacted by this tragedy in our thoughts and prayers, and I would respectfully and humbly ask each of you to do the same. Following last year's shooting, I immediately contacted the Attorney General's office and asked if they would handle this investigation independent of the Akron Police Department. They said they would. As a result of us walling ourselves off from the investigation, neither the mayor's office nor the police department has had any knowledge of the findings of that investigation. Moving forward, BCI will be the primary agency to work all critical incidents involving our employees. I'd like to echo Mayor Horgan's sentiments of thanks and appreciation for Attorney General Yost, the special prosecutor, the Bureau of Criminal Investigations, and the citizens who served on the special grand jury. The grand jury's decision in this case indicates that when presented with all the facts and evidence, video and testimony available, the jurors ultimately determined that our officers did not commit a crime when they encountered Mr. Walker. In no way does that take away from the tragedy of June 27th and the loss of such a young life. I firmly believe that no Akron police officer in the course of their duties wants to discharge their fire.
So they're trying to tell us that we didn't see what we seen that night. With videotape evidence, everything we seen, they're trying to tell us that the police didn't commit a crime by shooting at their brother in the first place. He was running away from them, trying to say he committed suicide by merely turning around and facing them.
Firearm at another human being and resulting in the loss of life. Anytime that happens, it's a tragic day for our community and the Akron Police Department. As advised by the law department, we will not be releasing the involved officers' names as the threats made against them are still believed to be active, viable, and credible. For their safety and the safety of their families, we will not release their identities. The officers involved in the shooting will remain on administrative duties for the foreseeable future. The Akron Police Department will now begin an internal investigation and review of the June 27th shooting. This internal review includes, but is not limited to, a comprehensive examination of the entire incident to include an examination of training and instruction, police procedures, adherence to those procedures, supervisory decisions, and tactical judgment. Once the internal review is complete, I will use the findings to determine if any policies or procedures were violated by any officer, or if any policy, procedure, or tactic should be modified. At the conclusion of the internal investigation, the report will be provided to the police auditor for review. Given the magnitude of this incident, the results of the internal investigation will be made available to the public at its conclusion. In addition to the internal investigation and our change in policy regarding outside independent investigations into officer-involved critical incidents like this, we've also updated our training surrounding handcuffing suspects. That practice now encompasses removal of handcuffs when an officer determines a threat is no longer present. We've also begun reviewing our pursuit policy to ensure our policy aligns with current best practices in policing. To support our residents' right to peacefully assemble, the city has set up a demonstration zone outside of City Hall and in front of the police department in downtown Akron.
Now listen to this. They set up a demonstration zone for the protest. Protest is supposed to disrupt business as usual, and they're telling the people where they can protest and when they can protest. If they can tell the people when to protest and where to protest, it's not a damn protest. If they're not disrupting business as usual, where's the protest?
South High Street is blocked off from East Bowery Street to State Street to allow for demonstrations to safely occur and for those assembled to occupy the street if they so choose. That space will be open for 7 days and is available for anyone who wishes to use it for peaceful civil demonstrations. The space will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and will have barriers on either side to ensure no car traffic can pass through. This is meant to provide the public with a safe area to assemble and protest. Those assembled will not have to worry about car traffic in the area, and should there be any kind of counter protest, our officers will be there to ensure for everyone's safety. Having said that, it is important to note that we will not tolerate nor will we condone violence, destruction of property, or placing any person in danger during any protest or assembly. Again, I would urge peace.
Tell that to your police, your undercover police, wearing masks and gloves so we can't determine what color they are, out there burning stuff down, starting fires, and starting the violence with the protesters to justify doing something to them. Tell your police officers to stop with their corruption and let the people do whatever they're going to do. I'm not with the walking around doing a peaceful protest. I'm not with that. Not with somebody who's violent with me. No.
Peace and nonviolence here in Akron. We will be available in the days and weeks to come to listen to our residents to make sure that we provide space for their thoughts, to their concerns, and their ideas. But destroying our city, assaulting off others, and to include police officers is not an option. Before I conclude, I want to take a moment to acknowledge our Akron police officers and non-sworn staff who have faced incredible pressure and scrutiny over the past 9 months. The men and women of the APD have all been impacted by this event. Many of them have been threatened, and in some cases, their families have also been threatened. No one wanted this outcome. No one. Not the family and friends of Jayland Walker, not the people of Akron, and certainly not the members of the Akron Police Department, including the 8 officers involved in this shooting. No.
If this was from the heart, he wouldn't be reading. What's said from the heart comes from the heart. They might as well put a teleprompter up there and have him read from that. It'll look more authentic because he'll be looking up instead of down at the paper that he have in front of him. Bunch of damn nonsense.
No one wins. It's a loss for everyone. Having said that, we have a lot of work to do to find a path forward because in the end, we need each other. Where trust has been lost or fractured, we will work hard to earn it back. We know that everyone impacted by this tragic event is still hurting and that today's events are a flashpoint. Tensions are high, and as a community, we must choose a path forward. We can choose a path towards healing, but we can choose a path towards destruction. My sincere prayer and hope is that we choose a path of healing. At this time, I'd like to welcome Deputy Mayor for Public Safety, Clarence Tucker, to the podium.
Now the next liar would come up and speak to us, giving the people of Akron, Ohio, a damn pacifier and a Band-Aid on a laceration.
Thank you, Chief, and good afternoon, everyone. This moment is one that our city and community have been preparing for since this case was turned over to the Attorney General last June. The conversations with our community partners have been ongoing and have centered around several key points, including how we promote peace and healing in our community, how we create the necessary communications channels between the city government and the residents we serve, and how we keep everyone safe as we work.
This is why I say the enemy's public. Everybody that came up to this rostrum are supposed to be public servants, yet they are our damn enemy. The enemy's public.
Work through the days and weeks to come. Looking at the process itself, advocates for reform have petitioned this city for years to hand these types of officer-involved incidents over to an independent investigation. And that's exactly what Chief Marlette did. Akron has taken many such steps in the last several years to create a more equitable city, including our most recent one officially seating the first ever Citizens Police Oversight Board in our city. But as we all know, these steps are not enough. As we work through and review our systems, services, and relationships described by Mayor Horgan, we ask everyone to commit their energy to shaping the city we all want, a city of peace, a city of hope, a city of equity and opportunity for all. We need to leverage this time of engagement and energy in our city and our nation to address economic and racial gaps in education, health, wealth, opportunity, and safety. And while the work ahead is hard, I know that our community will rise to the occasion as they always have before. We can all agree that we want peace in this community. And this city and our community members have been working together for quite some time now to build up relationships, understanding, and trust. We will lean on these relationships in the future, in the days ahead, as we have the difficult conversations needed to create real healing in our community. The loss of Jayland Walker is a tragedy for our entire community, and my heart goes out to his family and friends. I ask our residents to give them space and respect. No parent should have to lose their child. We all help to bring down tensions. We can all help to bring down tensions in this community by giving each other respect and grace in this moment. And at this point in time, I'll turn it back over to Lieutenant Martin.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Tucker. At this time, we're going to begin our Q&A portion of the press conference. A couple housekeeping rules I ask you to please consider. We're going to ask and allow for one question initially from every media outlet in the room. I ask that you please be considerate and not double your questions up.
Fuck Steve Harvey, Paula Dean, fuck Charles Barkley, fuck the mainstream. How the fuck you saying sorry to the white bitch team, but the great and don't apologize to these black queens? Fuck Iggy Azalea, fuck rap magazines, fuck white folk money, fuck Jimmy Jimmy. Niggas got diabetes, fuck cake, fuck cream, fuck the edited version, fuck keeping shit clean. Fuck David Wilson and fuck how that sound. That fuck didn't give a fuck about Mike Brown. Fuck Andrews, fuck Sundown Town, fuck feeling sympathetic when a cop shot down. Fuck hospital poverty, apartheid schools, fuck CNN, fuck corporate news, fuck Dolphin, fuck crack ass, magic ass, these are white people, fuck elephants in the room. O'Reilly, Fox News, Drew Becky, Chris Christie, Sarah Palin, Michelle Pfeiffer, Rush Fuck trying to be the first black anything here. Fuck me, fuck you and your queer peers. Fuck a tea party full of salty ass crackers. Fuck anything spoken from a dumbed down rapper. Fuck niggas who think money make a dumb nigga smell. Fuck crackers who pay to let the back of assholes talk. Fuck all the Venus get a one rights mic. Niggas should go to school here to teach young black queens, black queens in front break, giving 35 million to a school full of overfed rich white children. Fuck integration, fuck deleting blacks. Fuck capitulation, sincerely fuck that. Fuck Eminem, fuck culture appropriators. Fuck Macklemore, fuck children of slave traders. Fuck Democrats and fuck Republicans. Fuck America and the Republic for which it stands. Jefferson, Abe Lincoln, Richard Nixon, Lyndon Johnson, Ronald Reagan, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama. Fuck niggas who try to blame Mike Brown for his own death. Fuck cops who takes kids in the face for petty theft. Fuck the cop that shot Aiyana Jones as she slept. Fuck cops who murder blacks who were whites, they make arrests. Fuck banking in the prison industrial complex. Fuck being on drugs and fuck being oppressed. Fuck the ICC and the IMF. Fuck your cut type of C. Fuck your codified death. Fuck every single one of you haters of black flesh. Fuck you, fuck England. Fuck the entire West. Fuck devils on the right. Fuck devils on the left. Wait for me to give a fuck. Don't hold your fucking breath. Fuck fear and police. Fuck changing the way I dress. If Black Lives Matter, fuck the peaceful protest. Fuck that body count. Fuck sensitivity training. Fuck marching and complaining the prices who ain't changing. Viacom, BT, UTV, Universal, Warner Brothers, Interscope, Sony.
Primary responsibility of everyone that comes out of the home, public that travels through. But I'm also responsible for the safety and welfare of our employees, Akron's police officers. And over the last several months, there have been numerous threats that have been made against officers. And for that reason, we will not be released.
The reason why I played that through their whole conversation is because I know they're lying. They're coming up here, standing on the rostrum, and they're lying to our people. They're lying to the people of Akron. They're lying to all those who want justice for Jayland Walker. They're just lying. So there's no need of us even listening to these people when they're just outright lying to us. That's why I played it through all that.
You're releasing their identities.
Caitlin McCarthy with Channel 19 News. From what you know about the AG's investigation, do you expect any of the 8 officers will face discipline or termination?
So our investigation hasn't even started yet because we're just now getting access to an investigation that we were walled off from. We chose to wall ourselves off from. So it's going to take a while to go through all that information. And at the end of the investigation, I will look at the officers' actions and to ensure that they comply with our policies.
Anyone? Yes, please.
Amelia Sykes today called for a possible
Sorry.
DOJ.
Name and where you're from?
Jennifer Kimberly from the Beacon Journal.
Sure.
Amelia Sykes today put out a call for the Department of Justice to launch an investigation into practices in the Akron Police Department. either for the mayor or the police chief, or if either of you will respond to that.
Sure. As I understand it, there have been multiple inquiries made to both DOJ and the FBI about starting an active investigation, and we would obviously cooperate with any investigation within the federal department. We'll cooperate with any investigation into the Akron Police Department.
Back on the left side, your right. Any questions on this side before we?
I guess the concern about what happened last time was, I mean, there's general calls for peace and calm from community leaders and business owners and religious leaders and from all of you. But how do you prevent that? I mean, what can you do when you're walking that fine line of letting them demonstrate and things getting out of control when you face so much scrutiny the last time and now we have a no vote? So how do you balance that?
So we have been very, very deliberate over the last several weeks, couple of months to communicate information out to the public. We've been meeting with community groups, community leaders, again, with the same message, asking for nonviolence. This is our city. We live here. After any outside agitators come in or whatever, we still have to live here. So we will respect everyone's constitutional right. It turns violent, then we have a duty and responsibility to this community to ensure that it stops. Mayor, do you want anything else?
I would just add too, I think the chief was pretty succinct in the destruction of property, intimidating people from going places. And that was one of the reasons on, in setting up a zone. Certainly the protection of that right is geographical too. I mean, they don't have to choose to go to the demonstration zone, but we will protect that right where they want to petition and demonstrate and let their voices be heard. We are listening. Do we agree with everything all the time? Probably not. But it is also asking for, don't break windows. Don't do those things that we saw. There's a significant amount of damage to some businesses. There's a responsibility there too. You can choose to not break a window too. And I largely believe that there's not a lot of people. I know there's a lot of people that want peace in Akron and they're asking for the same thing. But I also want to be able to express their view and say, listen, we think this is wrong, and they want to show that. And we're more than happy to accommodate that as it goes on. So.
And if I may also add one last thing, Bob, as the mayor said, this is our hope that it will be nonviolent, but it's just not the city of Akron that's asking for this and calling for this. As you pointed out, members of this community across the spectrum of this community are echoing the same request.
Melissa Reed with Fox 8, that actually this for the mayor, you talked about looking at the bigger picture and police community relations. What groups have you or plan to reach out to, and what kind of activities or plans do you have considered?
It goes back long before June 27th too. It has to do with how you invest in public space, how do you build better relationships in the community, how do you invest in neighborhoods, how do you put more money towards youth opportunity, all of those things. I think someone made a comment earlier about the culmination of things. It's just not one thing that we're trying to do. Building a better relationship, number one, it's every day. It's just not the police department, it's all of the city of Akron. And how do you do that every day? You have to be able to go and see people where they are. I don't think you can do it over Zoom. I don't think you can do it.
Peace to Big Dog Philly OG.
Meet with people. You have to hear their concerns. Are you going to
Peace, my brother. Much love and respect to you and the family. Much love and respect to everybody in the chat, man.
Peace, brothers. Peace. Peace, enemies, public. Peace, Big Dog OG, Philly OG. Peace to everyone in the chat.
Peace.
And for anybody that wants
Peace,
to build
brothers.
a better and stronger community.
Anybody want to tap in, just tell me to stop.
Yeah, I'm ready. I want to say something, brother, real quick.
Please
This is all tiring. And this is why I love the older crowd. People want to say things about the older generation. We not playing certain games like young boys and young men and women. Okay, because we've seen this.
Exactly.
Okay. This is what you call wisdom. You have to get to our age. We've been your age. You ever heard those things? And whoever's older than 40 seen this for years.
Yes.
Okay, so we got people out here that's thinking, oh yeah, just knowledge. No, you need to do action. You could read all the books in the world, but if you don't do nothing about it, then what is it? It's useless. We can get all the knowledge in the world, say we smart. Have you ever heard the saying, some people are so smart, they stupid? That's where this shit is going now in this YouTube community. Okay? Because nobody's organizing anything. Nobody's saying, hey, let's get the entrepreneurs, let's get the make new activists, things we can trust, things we can build into. Okay, everything is looking like an individual payday.
Yes.
There's only certain channels that you can rock with, and you see the engine, and you see the general love, and you could tell. Now, I'm not gonna, just pick out anybody and say. I'm just saying we got to start being more mindful, and we got to start keeping 100. A lot of our people are wishy-wash, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't save everybody.
You're right, brother. You're absolutely right. I mean, this is the only thing I know to do, brother. I want to see our people in a better condition and have more. I don't want to be a part of none of that foolishness.
Yeah, I'm with you, brother. I think I'm done.
Like you put in the chat earlier, while all this is going on, saying we want to argue amongst each other and turn everything into a bunch of foolishness, and I don't have no time for it.
Yeah,
time for that because real stuff is going on. Real things was going on, and a lot of them don't think it's going to come to them because it didn't happen to them yet. It seems as if they're waiting in line for it to happen to them. Because we need to be serious. I guess the question I asked: what are some of these Negroes serious about?
Yep. And I want to say one thing, right? You know why people laugh at us? Because every time we got to do something, we want to compete. We turn it into some battle rap shit. We want to always, I'm better than you. We always want to be the chief, but nobody wants to be the Indian. Nobody wants to play their roles. That's why people don't respect us. Because there's no way in hell, after the pandemic, and just seeing years of this, and we still having certain conversations. This shit is elementary, man. I don't understand it. Like, what household did some of these people come from? And if that's the case, then that's your household and that's your job once you became a certain age to get that knowledge. Now, we know some people came from different households, but everybody didn't come from that. Everybody doesn't want to change. Some people are shaking in their boots. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference when you can see a man in his eyes, have a conversation with him, sit down and talk. Too many of our brothers is out here chasing these whores and thoughts. Okay, let's keep it 100. You're not gonna learn nothing from those type of women.
Nope.
Okay, you're not gonna have no backbone, no support, or anything. And that's why you got cats out here running around because they just chasing a dollar. They looking at the ass and the face, but they skipping the mind, the heart, and the character of the person. And that's why we can't form and build on anything because we're not looking at that. We always want to compete with each other. It's like, yo, come on, man, enough of this. Once you know who you are, what I'm debating for, who I'm debating with. I don't have to prove myself to anybody. I got my family records. I know it's no coincidence that we got millions of us saying the same shit, man. So why we still debating with Pan-Africans? Why we still got to prove ourselves? You know what I mean? And we public, it's like, what's wrong with us? It's like y'all ever saw Glory? See, I looked at certain movies and I took it to heart. Remember that time when they had the Geechee band? They wasn't even from the Geechee. They was like from somewhere they just picked up stragglers and they had the different uniforms on and they was running wild. And he was like, yeah, look at them. They just like children. Little black children running wild. And then he started to hit up on his sister to take some stuff out the house. But as soon as he hit that white lady, what that man did? He shot her. He shot him, I mean.
Shot him.
He said, hit your own, but don't hit mine. And we still don't be learning from these tactics and these moves. If you still support celebrities, watching nonsense all day, not picking up a book, not trying to build with your so-called circle or your family, then that's you. Okay, because a lot of this is an individual thing and the people you get up with. Like the saying goes, family is really relatives. That's what makes us family. But family are the people that you're dealing with too, right? Because I have a lot of relatives I don't deal with because of Grammy shit, right? But they think Christianity is supposed to forgive that. Nah, you do me wrong, you do me twice. That's it. I'm not gonna have my whole life of you knowing me and you on some BS. I don't care because you family.
Tell them. I agree, brother. A family is a like minds. A relative is just about blood, but family is a like
Exactly.
mind. Those of us who are moving in the same direction, that's family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like that.
But you know,
Yeah.
I tell them all the time, brother, same thing you said. I've been your age before. You've never been mine.
Exactly.
You've never been mine. And it's not even written that you're going to even make it to be mine.
Yeah. It's like, yo, it's like, yo, you know how many times I've seen a black man, I'm just saying that. We know what it is. Getting killed by the police. I've been seeing this shit since 10 years old. I'm 46, man. This will
Bro,
drive you crazy.
it happened to a few of my friends, bro. Happened to a few of my friends.
I know one person that got killed by the cops, and he was Spanish, and this was going back to the 90s, early 90s. They strangled him. Remember, they had them old sticks, the old nightsticks with the L shape. Those are illegal now because they was choking cats up, lifting niggas up with that shit. If you look at what was it, the movie Do the Right Thing, right?
Yeah, Do the Right Thing. Radio Raheem. They did him like that.
He got killed like that. That was going on in New York, right? But see, people want to talk about the cities. I'm gonna say one thing, y'all. Growing up in New York, I looked at certain things. We never made fun of the South or anything, right? But when you grew up in New York, you knew Chicago, New York, Philly, certain areas was a little bit more faster. That wasn't making fun of anything. Or Jersey, whatever it is. We had to fight and stand up and do what we had to do. Now, I don't know what was going on in the South, but I know what we was doing up north. So people could talk all of that stuff about the cities and all that. We don't have a lot of these problems. Where's this shit at? Akron. Now, we're not going to say brothers don't get killed in the cities. Yeah, it happened. But it ain't frequent and fluent like some of these other areas, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, go on, Philly OG, my bad.
You good, brother. Much respect to everybody on the panel, my brother, Enemies Public, Hawkeye, King, Genocide, everybody in the chat, man. I'm going to be real quick and brief, man. You know, shout out to Enemies Public for doing the work he's doing, man. All that was, you know, antics for the TV. That's all that was. A script, like my brother said. They justify what this police force do to our people, and they keep letting them get away with it, man. All that was TV acting. Y'all got it. Much respect to everybody, man.
Exactly.
And I just want to say one thing, because I'm going to pause the mic so I can let another brother go on. The way they were sounding, that's disrespectful. How you telling people that just witnessed a man getting shot 60 times? That's some battlefield shit, man.
Fact.
They wasn't even doing that to people in Iraq and Afghanistan. I mean, it's military shit. And then they going to tell you, don't be upset. But then this man's going to say he do the same religion as you. These people are saying they Christians. These are the people who say they vote for us, we're Democrats.
The brothers in their thoughts. Salute to Jaguar.
It's unbelievable. Enough is enough now, man.
Exactly, brother.
60 times, man.
Prayers in their thoughts. They always come to us with the prayers and thoughts after they murder us.
And then give the family some money. That's disrespectful.
What about the de-escalation and restraint? What about that?
Now, and you know what's the sad part, y'all? Every police precinct, every police state, or even they all together, I don't know. But they have their own organization. You have the black cops, you have the Hispanic cops, they got the Asian cops. They have organizations inside. So why the hell a black organization cop group? What y'all doing?
Bro, what y'all doing? They might as well put on some damn collars, man, and become damn priests, man, because they passive as hell. They passive.
They the worst, man.
They telling us to stand down while they stand down. They standing down.
Exactly.
They ain't nothing but blackface on anti-blackness. That's all they are. They come up there and they explain to us and tell us how it's going to be, and it makes Caucasian people feel better about them doing it because they don't appear to be racist because one of them saying it. But they gonna tell us what we seen. We seen the man get straight up overkill 10 times. They shot at that man over 90 times. and hit them over 60 times.
So that means 30 bullets was out there flying. 30 straight bullets was going. Nobody want to talk about that though.
Yeah, exactly.
So there was 30 straight bullets that was just going anywhere around that vicinity.
They almost shot each other, brother.
Yeah, they almost shot each other. You know the sad part, y'all, it's like we see each other on the street. We don't be talking to each other. Like you can see this shit. We really walk. This right here looks like, oh, let's keep the niggas in control. This is what this looks like. Don't do it. Now we want to talk about slavery. This looks like slavery right here. And he looking like the slave master. Don't get upset. Be happy with your half piece of cornbread, niggas. So what if Billy starved and died, but we're gonna make it up. You know, we gave his wife some money. It's the same mentality, man. What's up with us? How we can't see this shit?
This demonstration, brother, that we're watching right here is try to keep the people from doing what they should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is. And they have a mixture of people coming up on this rostrum telling the people not to be upset about something they should be upset about. That's what they're doing. As mad as people may be, they should be that mad to see they're better off not showing the body camera footage. They're gonna do this.
Yeah. And you know what the problem is? Our people still think we have allies. Where these allies at? How come no other culture, no other community saying that? Where's the Muslim communities? Where's the Moors? Where's the Israelites?
They showed the body cam footage already, though.
Brother, they showed the body cam footage months ago, good brother.
Okay.
Yeah, this happened 9 months ago. Where's LeBron James and his connects?
Exactly.
Wait. This is in his hometown, Akron.
But he didn't build the school. He didn't build the school in his neighborhood. He built the school in another neighborhood, not where he came from. Yeah. He put that school he built into the neighborhood he came from.
Yeah. Where's all these other parties that we have? Where's the churches? Where's just organizations? What's up? Why is this quiet?
No, the churches.
And why is it taking 9 months?
The churches telling them to be peaceful, hold hands, rock back and forth, and sing. Mm-hmm. That's what the church is telling them to do. And that's not how you're supposed to behave towards people that's violent towards you. I don't advocate going out being no marauder, committing violence towards you, but I do not condone no damn anti-violence for people who are violent with me. I don't condone that. You fight with those who fight with you. That's it. All I can promise is I won't start it. That's all. Only thing I can promise, I won't start it. But if you start with me, it's gonna be until it ain't none.
Yeah.
Didn't they say something about a Zoom meeting or some shit?
Say that again, brother.
Didn't they say something about like having a Zoom meeting or something instead of protesting?
That's stupid.
I'm tripping if I ain't think I heard that. I did hear that one right during the video, right?
I mean, I don't put it past nobody. They going get one at a time. Say no justice, no peace. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what we get: no justice and no peace. And they go out.
A whole bunch of people arguing at one time.
Yeah, where's the Nation of Islam at? Where's all these cats at? Where's that young brother that be repping Farrakhan and them? They got the youngest cats in Nation of Islam. Where all these? That's how you know why people are sold out for the dollar. Every man for themselves. What you can get, everything is a bag, and you hating. And nah, man, I ain't getting caught up. That's too deep, man. Everything ain't the white man's fault. We got allies. We don't want to take accountability for our shit. We don't want to stand up and fight for our own fucking kids and our own youth. How sad is that, man?
But what's crazy about that is when something happened like the issue that happened in Chicago and the issue that happened in Baltimore a week before what happened in Chicago, it was our people out there calling for our children to be rounded up. You don't stand before our enemy and talk about how bad our damn children are. We don't do that. You don't do that. Yep. I don't care if they're as bad as we said they are. We're not supposed to go before our enemy and talk about how bad our children are and justify harm being done to them. No, we go out there, we get them. That's what we go out there, we get them, but we don't talk about how bad they are and they should be locked up. The curfew, they violate the curfew, they're caught violating the curfew, round them up. You justifying harm being done to your own children. That's stupid.
And they already calling us apex predators. And the last time I checked, they not shooting up these people who's doing all this harm to the kids and running up in schools 60 times, right?
Exactly.
That's what you need to run it up into, right?
The biggest threat, the domestic terrorism is them. It's white men, women, and children with guns. Not us. It's them. But we're the one who they target.
Yeah.
We're the one they target.
That's why they got the gun laws is for them to watch us when we want our land back. And our people don't know that. That's why they let them have guns. It ain't for us.
And just
it was for whenever we wake up and we like, yeah, get off of our shit. We don't want your shit no more. And if we try to force them, they're gonna fight back. That's why they got guns.
And the stand your ground laws for that too, brother.
Yes, sir.
It's for that too. In case we discover, that's ours, we want it back, they gonna stand their ground. They're gonna fight for something that's not theirs, like they always do. They always fight for something that's not theirs. Look at what they do all over the world. They fight for something that's not theirs. It's not about democracy in these other lands and being heroes and you know what I'm saying? It's about them fighting for something that's not theirs. If it's an interest in another land, they're gonna drum up the propaganda machine to justify going there and taking what's not theirs from other people. They do it here and they do it there.
But every time I check, go on, brother. I apologize.
You got it, brother.
No, but the last time I checked, everybody want to be like us. They listen to our music. They wearing, they dressing like us. They women sweat us, right? All these people are on YouTube doing our style, taken from us, but nobody wants to be there to say, yo, what's going on, man? What's going on? And it's happening to everybody. Everybody, the world is seeing this. The world is seeing this, man.
It's selective.
In the country and international. Go on, brother. My bad.
It's selective though, brother. You know, they want to be us when it comes to our culture and our fun culture. And I warned our people about this a long time ago because I seen it coming as far as people getting too comfortable in our house and decided they're gonna make our house their house. With all the 50-50 stuff, though, they started hip hop and we don't got no culture here. No, if that's the case, if why is the hip hop so prevalent in Jamaica if it came from Jamaica? Why is it so prevalent in Puerto Rico if it came from Puerto Rico? No, it is here. So therefore, it's our culture. It's not your culture because none of them could have pulled it off. None of them.
Yeah. Now, did they participate? Yeah. And going back, see, we know the history. Like, look at Puerto Ricans. They was breakdancing and pop rocking, but the only Puerto Rican artist you know that was nice, the best is probably Big Pun out of a 40-year window. So what's that saying?
Exactly. And not only that, by the time Beat Street came out, you know how long hip hop was in existence. By the time 83 came out, 10 years already.
Yeah, it was out in the early 70s. You're right.
They was doing moves that we stopped doing though.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
They wanted to change the timeline and the whole nine to make it seem that hip hop started when they came into hip hop. No, they forget that brothers like me was here already. I was here from hip hop's inception before it was on records.
It wasn't even called hip hop. You just knew that was going up against disco. Exactly. You knew they was run this shit out, and cats didn't want to listen to disco no more. And then you had to. When I know younger coming up, because I'm a little younger than you, the Spanish people was just doing graffiti.
I get them that though. They was tagging them trains, phase 2 and all,
and doing the artwork, and you give them that, and they was pop locking, and that was it.
As far as this music, nah, that's all us.
Nah, that's us, man.
I give them the breakdancing.
Yep, and the graffiti.
I give them that graffiti, but this music, that's all us.
And they wasn't even DJing in probably to the 90s, late 80s, 90s. There wasn't too many Spanish DJs that I knew either. And hold on, let's correct that. It was only Puerto Ricans. There was nobody else. There wasn't no Dominicans, Colombians. I don't know about Cali too much in Mexico. I don't even think they was involved like that. It was just Puerto Ricans because Puerto Ricans was in the Bronx.
DJ Charlie Chase, he was on Grandmaster Caz's DJ.
Okay, that's right.
You know, Charlie Chase. But they, they switched that up on the series The Get Down. They made Charlie Chase the rapper and made Kaz the DJ. Which was crazy. They switched it up. They didn't think nobody's gonna peep that, but I peeped it from the beginning. I said they switched it up, and they even took the Queen of Disco and made her Puerto Rican.
We got Donna Summers, right? They made it look like she was a dark Puerto Rican and stuff.
When she's not. Donna Summers
she's her sister. Yeah.
Who had a pastor as a father. You see how they did that on the Get Down? Who had a pastor as a father didn't want her to do secular music, and she ended up being the Queen of Disco. I saw the subliminals from the door when I seen that series.
Yeah,
seen that. I peeped that.
You know, it's like, you know, we have to understand, you know, no matter what, people left their homeland. In the 60s, if you study the 60s, you know all of this shit was rigged. And this is why we at where we at, right? We thought that these people was going to come to America and help us, right? But they didn't. That's what the 60s and the 70s pushed. Hey, look out for brothers and sisters in Africa. We got to worry about those going through South America with Cuba. Worry about this over here in some of these other small islands and countries. And look, these people got here and they did what?
I'll say it like this. Why didn't the cavalry come if they knew we was here and we were slaves and being mistreated? Why didn't the cavalry come to rescue us? Why didn't they come?
They ain't had the resources to do it. They was colonized just like us.
Yeah, they didn't come here to the early 1900s. Y'all didn't see Godfather when he came through Ellis Island. Who was there? It was Italians, whites, and Africans.
But we're not gonna have them coming here undermining our efforts, though, which is what they do. We're not having them coming here doing that, not undermining our efforts. No.
Hey, like we said, I'm gonna be real quick, my brother. This government just gave Africa $55 billion, man. They're working together, but some of our people don't want to see that. That's two different corporations working with each other. They're not countries, they're corporations. And I'm landing. Much respect.
That's the truth, because under Obama, AFRICOM was able to go over and get a whole lot of natural resources in Africa. The Chinese is over there now, and they actually whipping brothers and sisters over there that's working for them, which is crazy. How can you let people come? I mean, you know, I'm not going to even get into the colonization, but because it's too much going on here with us to be dealing with that over there. You know, it's like, you know, when they come over here and try to undermine us, I just ask them, why aren't you doing something for the land that you came from?
Exactly.
Get them a flea collar because they fled from where they was from.
Yep. Look at Obama, y'all. How he set up an NBA in Africa. We don't look at that like that's something. Yeah, they trying to recruit. Why wouldn't you do something over here? No, he wants to bring in Africans to play our sports. Don't think those brothers in the leagues don't know what's going on. Why you think some of them are sticking together? Right? Well, think about it.
He and his wife are CFR members.
Yep.
Michelle Obama and Barack Obama are Council for Foreign Relations members, CFR members. That means they go all over. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they try to get people like Africa to let them in. And there's a natural resource to be gained. That's what they do. They are the liaisons. That's what they are, the liaisons to this day.
Yeah, they push the democracy. And then they push the agendas too that they want, that we have in those countries while they over there. Yep. It's sad, but our people eat this shit up like it's a slice of bread. Like it's the best day since a slice of bread. Like how y'all not seeing this, man? Yo, I don't even care. If you over 30, you should see it. If you younger than 25, cool. If you over 30, 35, you should be hip to the game already. And
But you
that's
know,
kind of late.
30 plus year olds, some of them, brother, some of them got their head on straight, but a lot of them think everything is fun and games, brother. Fun
Yeah.
and damn games. As if they got a whole entire life to make up their mind on what they're gonna do with their life. I have friends been dead longer than that.
Yeah.
I have
You right.
friends that didn't make it to be 25.
Yeah. I got friends that didn't make it to 18.
In the game.
I got a cat doing
I have
I
friends
know
that
somebody doing life, man, since 17, man.
exactly didn't make it to high school, brother. I have friends that didn't make it to high school. Been gone. I've been out of high school almost 40 years, but I have friends who didn't even make it to high school, in the grave, young. And a lot of these cats think they got a whole lifetime to get their shit together, and you don't. You don't. You don't got a whole lifetime because your lifetime can be what it is, and it can end early. That's your lifetime. Whenever it ends, that was your lifetime.
It's sad, man. Like you said, it's good. Like I said, it's all about air lights. It's all about dealing with certain people, y'all, and just who you vibe with, and then try to build with that. Because all this other stuff that I'm seeing going on in the community, I'm getting ready to clean my channels up, man. I can't rock with this. It's a mindset that I'm on. You can't sell me the BS, man. You know what I'm saying? When you a hustler, and you stand strong in your square, you can't sell me bullshit. I know who I am. I know what's going on. If you don't, peace. I'm building with the air lights. I'm getting with those who understand, who got some maturity, who got some morals, who's trying to make a move, who's trying to stand up, who's trying to see another brother get paid or help him with his ideas. If it's a nonprofit, whatever it is. If it's legit, it's official, because, personality shows us that. That's what we got to deal with. Because all this other shit right now, this shit is wrestling, man. Shit is wrestling on YouTube.
I can get with the builds, brother. I can get
Facts,
with
I'm with you. I'm gonna start a channel. I'm gonna build with y'all. I'm gonna build with you too. And OG, like, yeah, that's what my thing is business. I trade the markets, so it's like I want to come and like one time, even them brothers that was on that's on right now, I'm earning leisures. I was in the chat talking about trading. They wanted to link up with me, but I was like, nah, because I'm a little shy. I don't want to be in mainstream. I don't want a lot of people to know me because I know what's going on out here. You see what I'm saying? I got connects. I know people. I know how it is, but I don't want. I want to do it for the right reasons. I'm not doing it as a minstrel show. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure things get done right. When I put myself into something to say, hey, I want to see the changes. I want to see people take action with the knowledge we share to people. That's the thing, y'all. A lot of our people are not taking action. They just coming on eating popcorn, talking they shit in the chat. Oh, like if months go by, you didn't do anything that these people are talking, then what you doing?
Fact. Peace to the realest McCoy.
Peace, realest McCoy.
That's a fact, though.
Jared Jaguar, you right. That's fact. The time is now. Go on, brother.
Jared Jaguar always on point. He always on point. So it's
shout out to Jared Jaguar. Shout out to everybody. Go ahead, enemies public.
People be arguing, and then people be like eating popcorn. I'm like, nah, we tearing each other down, while other people looking down on us and oppressing us at the same time while we oppressing each other. It's like we gotta keep building up because shit about to get worse. You know what I'm saying? So it's a time for us to, start doing this shit even more. And you see this shit. You know what I'm saying? If you've been looking at any of what's been going on lately, like it's been a lot of stuff going on. But I'm gonna land my plane right there though.
Yo, it's too much going on for the foolishness. I can tell you that much. Too much going on to be engaging in the foolishness. Right now, one of us is being victimized by one of those wicked folks. Right now, somewhere. And we have time to be bickering and going back and forth with each other with the nonsense. Nah, bro, we don't got no time for that. And I don't even want to be around nobody like that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
If you coming to argue, if if you can't argue in the best of manner, you gotta get disrespectful. The conversation have one less a man. We need to be men when we disagree. And stop acting like teenage girls when we disagree. Just be a man. If you disagree, okay, you can disagree with me. You don't gotta be, I don't expect nobody to be no bobblehead for me. Because your brain is in your head for a reason. So you can think for yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
We listen to each other. Steel sharpens steel. I always say that steel sharpens steel. And we should resort ourselves to patience with each other too. We don't have no allies. We don't have nobody else. So we should be patient with each other. Because just because I got my eureka moment, I know a little bit of something. I know a little bit more than somebody else. I can't push my will on somebody else. No, the patience somebody had with me, I'm supposed to have the patience with others. But I know for a fact that I ain't the easiest motherfucker to get to be around. I'm not. But people were patient with me. So I have to be patient also.
That's deep right there. I like that. You're right. You're right.
You know, always say, one hand wash the other, both wash the face.
Yeah, man. I just think, I like some of these channels, but some of them, I like what the women are doing. I love what you're doing. I love what OG Philly doing. You can see. Even when earlier, I think it was today or yesterday, Willis McCoy was up there breaking Jews. Yeah, this is what we got. Even other brother that's on the panel with us right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he said, we just got to keep it pushing, man. We just got to keep and know what it is.
I appreciate your spirit, brother.
Same here.
First time I heard you come on OG's channel, I said, yeah, I appreciate that brother spirit. Like a solid brother. So, I appreciate that.
Yo, I had stories, man. I grew up, and my mom's built me like. That's why I said I don't know what household other people came from. And my mom was on some. My pops wasn't there all the time because she had to fall back from him. You know what I'm saying? And me and him got into it because I didn't move to Atlanta with him in the late '90s. But just to see, I didn't know how people was color struck.
One second.
Certain things wasn't in my household.
1 second, Hawkeye. 1 second. I want to say peace to the missus, peace to my wife, Mrs. The Enemy's Public. Peace to my wife.
Peace.
You got it, good brother.
Yeah. Much love and respect, Miss Enemy's Republic.
Yes. Peace and respect to Miss Enemy's Republic. Yeah, my mom's like, so I grew up in a household where it was like, we proud. We didn't make fun of, like one time one of my boys came to my crib and he called my other boy who was Haitian like an African booty scratcher, and my boy was Jamaican. My mom's checked him fast. Yeah, we don't do that up in this household. So I grew up with certain things. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know how everybody else is growing up. So I grew up with a sense of pride, right? Then I went to school, high school, 85% people. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, and I went to school in Jamaica, Queens. I went to high school with Yayo.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
okay. I remember you saying that. I remember that.
So my high school was 85% of our people, and the other 15 was the mix. That was Spanish, white, and some Indians.
Same here, brother. Same here.
And we had metal detectors in 91, 92. I'm going through metal detectors in New York, man.
You know,
91, man.
I'm pre-metal detectors. I'm pre that.
You know what I'm saying? So
we had to bang, with the fist, you know what I'm saying? We did it like that, but it was nothing like it is now.
Yeah, and that was 91, 92. So me seeing this now, it's like I'm tired of this shit, man.
Some of your best friends you punched in the face before.
And you still be cool after that, right? Y'all have a drink, y'all talk, whatever it was, and y'all be cool after that.
It's your best friend now. It's your best friend now.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all rocking with each other.
Yeah.
You gave you the best fight you ever had. That's your boy.
Yep, and that's respect right there. The roughest cats in the hoods might have had shootouts with each other and they got cool. Yep. Wasn't that the Raekwon and Ghostface story? Right? They shot each other's cribs up.
Exactly. A lot of that you become inseparable after you go through all that. You know what I'm saying? You form that camaraderie and that brotherhood, and everybody show their strong points. Not 9 times out of 10 is on each other. Then you become close, and then you're inseparable. Every time you know, these dudes fought like cats and dogs when they was growing up. Now you don't see one without the other.
Yeah.
That's how it is sometimes.
You know, but like I said, I love what our people are doing. But this right here with this nonsense with this, it's like, yo, man, like how long, how much we gonna keep letting this go on? Think about it. We got people coming that's new in the country, and you ain't seen none of them on the news getting killed by the police. What's going on? We got all these people that have been coming crossing the borders, jumping on planes, trying to jump on a plane while it's moving, but you don't hear about none of these people in the news. Something ain't wrong.
If we made it emphatically known for certain that we gonna turn up if one of us is harmed, they would change the way they do things. The reason why they do the things they do is because they can predict what we're going to do when something happened to one of us. They're going to tear something up. They even help stage it, brother. They'll stage bricks. They'll stage their old police car, put it down there in the vicinity. They're going to tear this up. And they expect certain things to be burnt down. They said they're going to blow off a little steam, and they're going to chill. They're going to chill until the next episode. That's what happened. They can predict. Whenever somebody could predetermine what you're going to do, they can predetermine what we're going to do after something happens.
Yeah, they said they had actors in the riots. They found out to be true. Like when they be riots, they be having actors that come in and they be doing shit to intensify what's going on, to make it more than what it's saying.
Provocateurs, brother. They had those agent provocateurs that come in. You know, and those crisis actors that come in, and a lot of them cops. A lot of them's cops.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them dudes that be out there burning stuff up and starting stuff be cops.
Hold up, y'all. I got a TV show series. Did y'all see that TV show on Amazon with John Cusack?
What's the name of it? I may have to watch it if it's something that.
Everybody needs to watch this shit. Hold on, what is it called? The Odessa Odyssey. I'm gonna just put John Cusack real quick. It's gonna come up. Utopia, y'all. Go watch Utopia, man. I'm trying to watch it tonight. Pay for it, and then y'all gonna have a talk about this. Everything that's going on in our society is in this movie, and it shows how the government is doing it. These kids that are getting kidnapped and that's missing, they holding them, training them to be crisis actors. Yo, this movie, this series is ill.
Gotta check that out.
It's called Utopia. It came out in 2020. John Cusack, right? They only had one season. It's 3 years later. Why they didn't drop another one yet? I think they stopped it because it was so deep, man.
Probably too controversial.
Yeah, it's called Utopia.
You ever watch Wag the Dog?
Let me write that. Let me look that up now. Right now.
Good one too, dealing with how the media sway the people. Wag the Dog. That's a good one too.
Wag the Dog. Okay.
They show us how they do things, and a lot of us we watch stuff for entertainment instead of getting the message in the movie.
Robert De Niro, I got it. These movies is, and they be throwing little hints at us. Peace to King Genocide. That's right. I was tongue twister for me. And peace to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? I checked one of your bills. I saw you. I be going through the channels and I'm cleaning it up, but. Like I said, I like a lot of y'all that's rocking with OG Philly, man. And
I appreciate you, bro. Thanks.
Yeah, no definitely.
Doubt. But,
brother Hawkeye, it's not even subliminal no more, bro.
Yeah,
it used to be subliminal. It's not even that no more. They outright doing things now. Now I like the Power Book too, but they do this ambush shit every week, bro. They do this ambush homosexual love scene every single damn week. You could be a shootout.
Shit.
Do that. Because you can't predetermine. You don't know what's going on in this stuff. They'll do this.
Yeah, 50. I don't know. That's what he's doing. He's selling it to us. You're right. I said, yeah, power book. My bad. That's horrible, man. I can't. I don't watch this shit no more. I don't watch none of that.
It's really getting on my nerve because you know the writers are good, but they don't need to put that. They could just outright take that out. It's not need. It's not needed. It's not needed.
Yeah.
And it's like it seems like they ambushing us with it because it's not even matching with what's going on. It'd be different kind of scene going on. All of a sudden, that in the middle of a damn shootout, two men kissing.
Yeah. Yeah, his show is questionable. He showed a lot of the interracial, you know, it's questionable. You're right. A lot of it, you know, and he's like, it's like, you know what? He's there to please the audience now.
You got
you know, he just
a jet black family. That's the Tejadas.
yeah.
Tejadas is jet black.
Yeah. This is where we at now, man. This is what we doing. This is what we selling to our own. Think about it, y'all. This is what we sell. We're not selling medicine, herbals, and remedies, right? Or say, hey, let's form. No, we're selling ourselves poison, exploiting each other, right? But then complain when these pale faces is robbing them. So like, let's think about it, y'all. New Edition got robbed. What was his name? DeVoe, whatever, Bibb, I think, Michael Bivins, right? What he did. Didn't he rob all his artists and groups? The only one that might have did good was Boyz II Men, but everybody else got. It's like what we do is like we get robbed, and I bring it to my people. Say, nah, I got to get y'all too. Right? It's like it's sickening, man. That's a disease. That's a disease, man.
It is. It makes no sense, and I don't like being ambushed like that because we can't tell what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But then when we watching something, all of a sudden, bang! They cut to a scene, and it's like you can't hit the fast forward button fast enough. You can't hit it.
Yeah.
You can't hit the button fast enough.
Yeah, you're right. And this is just like, and it's the sad part about it, like you said, what's going on in Akron. You don't hear anyone, no big. It's no big news about it. It's like it's nothing. It's nothing.
Well, they said that people are out there, you know, protesting, rightfully so. They got a right to be upset about seeing what they seen, and no charges are brought against any of the cops. They have a right to be upset as they are.
Yeah.
But we have to do different things. I'm not going to suggest what they should do, but we had to do different things, if you know what I mean. Because you just can't just gun a man down like that and think you can go back to work like it's an episode of Law and Order. No, that's TV. That's TV, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
And the last time I checked, I don't even think you see that shit on TV too much. I think what's the thing with Keanu Reeves? He might be the last movie, the action movie that you could see one person getting popped up bad, but you're not really seeing that even in movies, man.
Yeah.
You know, we got it's like, yo, come on, man, and it's like no one else. But you know, like we say all the time, we divided, and our status is why they can do this. We got so many different groups and organizations, but nobody's willing to come as one, right? Because it's like, oh, it's this and this and this and this and that.
Yep.
It's like then we, you know.
Yep. You're right. Everybody want to be a look at me ass nigga jumping up and down.
You know, we're not saying. I don't know. I understand Melinda Madison. We're not saying with the man. We saying how the outcome is to where a person is getting shot 60 times. Why does he have to be pulled over not to get shot? How many white people don't pull over and don't get shot?
I've seen
That's
white.
what we're saying.
I've seen white people. I have a video that I posted on my channel.
Or other people. We're not even gonna say that. With other people.
I'm gonna go
brother.
This white guy. He's pulled over in the truck. He had a pistol, and The police officer told him to take his hand off the pistol. He said, "It's my pistol," and then he started throwing codes out. Code, this is code blue. This is code red. This is code this. This is code that. And he said, "I got a right to bear arms." He said, if you don't come out the car, I'm going to sick the dog on you. That man said, "If you sick that dog on me, I'm going to shoot you and that dog." He straight up told him, "I'm going to shoot you and I'm going to shoot that dog. You sick that dog on me." And then he got tired of their bullshit. He drove off. They didn't chase him. They didn't shoot at the vehicle. He just drove off when he got tired of their bullshit. He drove off. So that's not a double standard. That's the only damn standard.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only standard. There's no should have complied. Those cops in Minnesota should have complied. That's why I had a funeral for them yesterday. Why didn't they comply?
I want to just say this. I don't mean to cut you off. I see Melinda Madison. I think that's a female. I just want to say one thing. You see the mindset that we have. If he would have pulled over, he would be alive. Is that a reason for a person to lose their life? Look at the mindset that we're rolling with. So this is America. So you mean to tell me that day, that week, that month, and even that year, he was the only person who didn't pull over? Come on, man.
He didn't die for nothing. He died because he got shot over 60 times. That's how he died. That's why he died. Because trigger happy ass cops, scared to death ass cops, who want to be seen as heroes but don't do no heroic acts, scared to death. Anything that moves, they shoot.
Well, you can see the way this person is. He died for nothing, and he should have pulled over and paid an effing fine. Okay, so you're not saying that to nobody else. So you saying because this person, go on my bad, go on my bad.
They when a cop would chase you down, not shoot at you, they'll chase your ass down and put them cuffs on you. I'm from that time. Now they hiring punks. If you talk to them loud, they're reaching. Where these punks come from? They're not hiring no heroes. Most of them are not heroes. Giving these guys 6 months of damn training, 2 months with an FTO, and they're out dealing with life and death situations, thinking they know every damn thing when they don't even know their own damn job. As a matter of fact, their police, their FTO, and their rank and file don't know the damn job because you ask them what the Fourth Amendment is, the Second Amendment, Third Amendment. They know the fifth one because that's the one they always try to get you to not invoke. Just shutting your damn mouth and not talking to them. They know the Fifth Amendment, but they don't know the other ones. Tell you got to talk to them even though you don't want to.
Can I ask you a question, brother? Public enemies, public. How old was this young man?
He was in his 20s, like 20.
Oh,
20, he was
so
young.
I want to say this to Melinda Madison. If he's 20, 26, right, early 20s, mid 20s, he grew up, growing up, seeing what the police is doing to his people. So maybe he's scared not to pull over. Right? There's a lot of reasons we could say, but we could say one thing: the man's not here with us. God bless him. And he got shot 60 times. So if you thinking that's normal, you're in the wrong chat in the wrong room. And you need to just leave.
Exactly. As a matter of fact,
what is he over here for?
I'm about to send her on her way anyway, so no matter.
And this should show everybody. Look at the mindset of people. Now she might not even be us. She might be. She sound like someone Melinda Madison, but it just shows you the mind frame of people out here. But those are the people that want to say they're a Christian. See what I'm saying? These are the people that are saying, "Oh yeah, let's vote for the Democrats. Trump is racist." You know what I'm saying? These are the people that are saying, "Oh, there's no racism going on out here."
Yeah, you got people that
we're supposed to be in America. Go on, brother.
They got people trying to tell us no racism when it's right in our face.
Yeah, everybody want to say how America is so great and good. That's what everybody say, right? So if it's so great and good, why he has to lose his life because he didn't pull over? Oh, we in Russia now? We in China?
Hey, let me say this right quick, right? gang members don't even shoot niggas down like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the biggest gang is the police, though.
Damn.
That's the biggest gang. The police is the biggest gang.
Yeah, it's definitely right about that because we seeing it right here. You
Especially
know?
in LA. You go to LA, New York, all these big cities, gangs. They got
Yeah.
they got tattoos and everything. You do a murder, you harm somebody. They got initiation and everything. Well, especially under like Villanueva, under the sheriff out there in LA, he's not there no
Mm,
more. But under Villanueva, well, they had straight gangs in LA.
The, that comment disappeared.
Yeah, somebody took it off. That was good because
I sent her on her way.
yeah, these are the people we gotta watch. You see what I'm saying? And come in and act like that's cool. It's not cool, man. It's not. No matter how you look at it, right? That shouldn't be cool, right? So like, come on, man. You know, so
somebody come on being disruptive, just get rid of the ass. You need to go back and forth with them. And only that they're only trolling anyway.
Yeah, real quick, brothers. It's sad how like we got all these people in position of power, and our people are still justifying our slaughters. You
Yep.
know, and allowing these police to get away with it, man. We got plenty police commissioners, DAs, people in position of power, and they just look the other way, man. It's crazy, man. Y'all got it. Much respect, man.
That's true. They look the other way, and they'll come out and be the one. They'll come out and be the one to justify it, so it don't appear racist. Because if one of us said it, it can't be racist.
The brother enemies public, they doing the same thing the preacher doing. Y'all ain't praying hard enough. Y'all ain't being disciplined enough. You know, they doing the same thing on these newscasts that the preacher doing.
Yeah,
Y'all got it.
that's a fact. Peace to Jan Renee.
Much love and respect, y'all.
Peace to y'all today, yeah.
That's an actual fact. You know, they serve like we always say, they are serving the same purpose, and they are in cahoots. All of them, they in cahoots. You got some telling us to stand down, don't do nothing about your own condition. Just let it be. You know, you'll get your reward later on. Just be a good boy now, and you're gonna go to glory after somebody murder you. Yeah. Be good. Put your hands up. Comply. Even if the cops breaking the law, comply. It should be if anybody breaks the law, including them, we should be able to take their ass in. That's how it should be.
Yes, sir. Big facts.
If they not acting in the confines of the law, we should be able to take their ass in, pull our gun out on them, and arrest their ass.
It's called a citizen arrest.
Citizen's arrest. We should be able to do that.
You don't hear about that no more.
They don't care nothing about that no more. We should be able to
you're right.
On them. If you know, what I don't like is the incredible restraint we have when it comes to other people. But we'll pull out on each other quick, fast, in a hurry, and do harm to us real fast. We'll do harm to one of our own real fast. But we got incredible restraint when it comes to somebody coming among us. They'll come right among us. You'll have two cops that come in a crowd of us, and throw their weight around. Like they can't be knocked out with one goddamn punch.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, enemies public. Salute to you in Jersey. I know how y'all get down. You know what I'm talking about. Salute.
Yes, sir. Okay. Ain't no one or two jokers walking in no crowd with that. None of nobody I rock with, and nope. He putting himself in danger.
Jersey's official when it comes to that shit.
Noble
They
Noon.
don't play with the boys.
Yeah, Letitia Ann James and Laura Teller Swain in New York. Letitia James is I think she's the state attorney over there in New York, and I think Laura Teller is the police commissioner, I believe, over there, standing up at the rostrum. It's always her and Eric Adams justifying harm being done to us, putting black faces on blackness, white supremacy. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Stand there and justify harm being done to us. These are women who could potentially give birth to young black men, and they stand there and justify them doing. If you look at it, if you were to look up all the wardens in the state prisons, it's mostly one of us.
Yeah.
It's mostly one of us. Now, under a black jail superintendent last week, a brother was found dead in his cell in a psychiatric ward. He was eaten to death by bed bugs.
Yeah, I seen that one. I seen that one. That shit crazy, yeah.
Oh, hold up! Don't say that's the brother that he was ill, he was injured and sick, and he couldn't hardly eat, and they didn't take care of him. His sister was trying to give him treatment. You talking about that cat?
And it was in Fulton County, in Georgia.
Oh, I think I gotta look that up because you heard about that. Look at that.
Music. Salute, family. Salute.
Peace.
Yeah.
Salute.
Salute everybody. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they said he got eaten by bed bugs and other lice and some other stuff.
Exactly. He was
So what, he was in a hole or something? They had him in a hole. He was sick in a hole. He couldn't be in
I think
infirmary.
he said he was in that psych ward. Yeah.
He was in a psychiatric ward, and they said they wasn't checking on him or none of that. They wasn't checking on him, and it wasn't feeding. It wasn't taking care of him. He just found they couldn't even go in and give him any type of medical treatment because you go in there, if it's infested, you go in there, they're gonna jump on you, take that shit home.
Yeah, the disorderlies was supposed to take care of him, handle him, right? They got the restraints and all that.
Short team supposed to deal with that.
Yeah.
They showed the body too, man. That shit was bad, bro. That shit was bad. Like, I usually don't watch shit like that, but I ain't know they was gonna do that shit. And I seen that shit. That shit was bad, bro.
Brother Noble, I just want to say one thing. I'm in New York. I didn't read about no Chinese police in Manhattan. People be saying that.
I heard about that though, brother.
Oh, I just seen that video. Yeah. So basically,
I heard about the Chinese police in Manhattan. I've been hearing about that for a minute, and I've been hearing about them buying bridges and tunnels too.
Yeah, I know they got two guys got arrested for portraying they was police or Chinese police. Now, when people be saying, "Oh, police from China," you know that people can come to other countries if they got authority and say they're investigating on what. So we got to know that too. They over here with their shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Did you hear about Eric Adams implementing the robot police officer and the robot dogs?
Yeah, they got it. They got it in my old hood. Right, it's a little robot. It goes around. They had it for like 2 years before COVID. Right around that, maybe a little before.
They said they had to discontinue, but now just the other day he did a press conference. They bringing it back. The dog and the police officer. Like, and just imagine if whoever programmed this dog and this robot police officer, we have to keep in mind of who programmed these so-called, artificial.
I don't think it's programmed. I think it's drones. I think somebody's gonna control them from the precinct.
Yeah,
or from a vehicle.
We gotta keep in mind of who would do that too.
Yeah.
Because they used the first time they used the dog was with Michael X. Johnson down in Texas.
Okay.
They sent that dog in there with a bomb and blew him up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be. That's why I think it's gonna be more of a drone than that, Noble.
We
Because
we
you're
in some
right, it's
crazy.
gonna be some security on top of that.
But let me say this right quick. They did say when it comes to artificial intelligence, there's bias because the nature of the people who program it, it hasn't been
Welcome to the
it
platform, grateful.
hasn't been diversified. So
Yeah,
there's gonna be
they've been
national.
lying to us, saying that same stuff for years, King
Kick back,
Genocide.
kick back
I don't
up.
trust
Hold on.
nothing they say, brother.
No, no,
You know,
no. What I'm saying
we live
is
in
Backside,
a
they
racist
admit this
system,
bias.
so why would you
grateful
think
on.
the
No, no, no.
the
OG, they
machines won't be
this
racist?
bias.
Yeah,
We
they
need to
say
have
all that
more.
good stuff, but it ain't real, brother. That's
Okay.
all I'm saying. We dealing with liars,
Yeah, fact.
habitual
Yes, sir.
liars.
Yes, sir. But now, what I'm talking about is like they saying that we need more of us inside the field to program this shit so it don't be so biased against us.
Yeah, just like they said, they needed the sisters to help them get to the moon, which they never want, man. Come on, these
Yeah,
people
yeah,
is
yeah. Do the
habitual liars.
calculation.
And somehow we can't get back to the
They want
moon.
to implement us in that. You see the same thing these police commissioners, these cops doing. That they killing us at random, man, and they're gonna
Let,
program the computers to do it the same way.
let grateful tap in. Peace, grateful. Welcome to the platform.
Peace and
Peace,
Hold
grateful.
on.
grateful.
Yeah.
So hold on. Let me say this. You remember about Obama
Hold on,
assassin
King.
people?
Hold on, King.
Hold
Hold
on.
on,
My
King.
bad. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, hold your thoughts. Let Grateful go. I'm muting up. Mute up. You can
Oh yeah,
hold
yeah.
your thoughts,
Go ahead. Go
brother.
ahead. We got a new person.
Peace,
Gotcha.
grateful.
Great days to everyone. All every day is a great day, and I agree with my brother Billy. I agree with my public enemy. Listen, folks, it's a recycling, right? This is a recycling of them trying to change up the way that they have always done shit, and they're trying to give it to us in a different version. But they can't never change the fucking colors. You
Facts.
understand me? So what they're doing is they say, well, look here, we got the AI, and this is going to take you out, and this is going to do this. You can't attach yourself to these things, right? You can't attach yourself to say that something's going to come in and keep doing the same thing that you already know that has done and program you to line up, because that's all they're trying to do. They're constantly trying to make you line up with their version of whatever is going on. So as long as you keep spewing their information, as long as you keep spewing and say, well, you know what? This is what they're doing. You know what? You're attaching yourself to these things, which is giving them energy to keep freaking having a breath, if you will. Stop attaching. And when you disattach from whatever it is they're giving you, then there's no life or breath in that. And I'm gonna sit here and I'll listen.
Hey,
Salute to Middle Face Doom.
Hey, let me say this real quick, my brother, the enemy's public. You know, I always say this, man. We number one in student loan debt, man. We been getting their education, brother. They just don't care about us, man. Our people is number one in student loan debt. Nobody else believes in education more than our people, man. And that education ain't getting us nowhere. You got it.
and you right about that, OG. And I want to just add on to that because I want to hear King Genocide. I know he was getting ready to say something. I go to the dispensary on my way. The cats is cool. They not from here. They ain't right. Whatever they from, I forgot on them. But they've been cool with me ever since they told me stuff. So I'm having a conversation to them, and somebody came and was like, "Yo, what you doing for 420?" He didn't even know what 420 was. Yo, I'm looking like, how you got a dispensary and don't know what 420 is? And he comes to me and was like, "Yo, Dre, yo,
Yeah,
boom." And
that's
I'm
funny,
like,
bro.
"Yo."
That's funny. Go ahead, man.
But go on, King Genocide. I didn't want to say that. It goes back to what you said. We into education. These cats ain't even into education, but they want.
What was I saying right before that happened? I
You're
can't even.
talking about the technology with these drones that they were
Oh
trying to
yes,
get
sir.
our
Yes,
people
sir.
to
So
implement
something.
programming them. You
So
got it,
something
brother.
very important. So back in the day, there was something signed by Obama, and I ain't into politics and shit, but we had asked, will drones be used on civilians? It's like, no, we're not going to use drones on civilians, right? But now we got drone technology, AI, what you call it, DAWs, whether they flying or on the ground. Now they monitoring people. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, brother.
You
Yes.
caught what I was saying?
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna land right there.
And I remember that when he was asked at that press conference would they use drones on civilians, and he said no. But they all talk with on the side of their face. They all lie. You could tell when they're lying when they open their
That's
mouth.
why I call them habitual liars. Go ahead, my brother.
When they open their mouth, they're lying. And now they want to use the deceptive intelligence like as if like just because the drone is not flying in the air like the drones that they allow us to have now, those other drones are the dog and the police officer, and the high power drones that they could use as a little mini helicopter gunship. They have guns on them. They actually don't even have to go into the war zone no more. They can fly the zones and just the drones and just shoot up everything. That's how they're doing things now. Do you know they're actually delivering Amazon with drones? They actually would to fly over and drop your package off with a drone.
Yes, sir. Yes, they are.
That's crazy. Monaga, salute. Dropping off your Amazon. So you got to be a hell of a damn drone pilot to do that. That means they got some serious training going on with those drones if they can do that. Because I have a drone. I can't tell you how many times I crashed it. Try to go up and get some video footage. I can't tell how many times I crashed it though. We're in some perilous times. Perilous times, brothers, sister.
Yes,
I'll land right.
sir. I'm with you.
Anybody could take it from here. I'll land right there.
All right, so let me bring this up. Y'all know about that Cash App and then the Fed now currency to the centralized one.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. That's supposed to be the number one currency transfer app company in the world, or at least in the United States, coming July. It's real ironic that about a week or two ago that the inventor of Cash App was just stabbed to death. And now they're going to implement this after that. That's not coincidental when they want to take over something. None of it's coincidental. But I feel all that money and stuff. That stuff is controlled to me. I don't think nothing is yours unless it's in your hand.
That's why
And
cash is king.
what they want to do is control the people through their digital currency. Because if you say the wrong thing, and definitely if you just attempt to do the wrong thing, they could just hit some buttons, and then there goes your money. Your money is it's gone. They could freeze your account with a push of a button, or they could just deplete your funds with a push of a button. That's all about control when it comes to this digital stuff. Because the fiat money, that's on its way out. It's on its way out. Mostly every currency in the world is worth more than $1 now.
And then somebody said something about the when you put the money in a certain way to certain new things that's coming up, that you'll be losing your money.
Well,
And that's some shit.
I don't trust none of these people, so I just do everything the regular way. I don't trust none of these people. Nothing
Yeah,
they
I like the way it is now. You know what I'm
they introduced to me as so-called innovative and new and fresh. No, I don't trust that. No. I don't trust that.
Slick, deceitful, clever, and unbeneficial to us. That's usually what the innovate. That's usually what the translation is when they say we got something new, innovative, exciting, and get people looking and telling you shit that you ain't heard about. Oh yeah, let me say this right quick, right? And they said it's gonna be the number one shit coming up, July.
Yeah, coming July, Fed Now is going to
Man,
be.
how the fuck they know that shit is gonna be the number one shit? And that shit ain't even came out yet.
Well, that's what they're planning.
No, because that's
Number one probably means they're going to be the only one. They're going to knock people off.
well, it's like no, because like you can all those other things would be around, but it's like this is like dealing with that's the blockchain for the federal government. That's
Make
how
them
you would
obsolete,
explain
right?
it. No, you got to go through the government now. Like you can have your Cash App still and your Coinbase, right? But you still got to go through the government because you got to connect that to your Cash App or your bank account. Right? Because your account's
Yeah.
not gonna work if you don't connect it to the blockchain. And that's what that Fed now is. That's basically the blockchain. You can do what you want, but if you ain't connected to our blockchain, you can't get access to your money.
See, that's the thing. Yeah, we accept these things. We get hook, line, and sink with these things, and like I say, a system can never work without participants. We participate in these things right now. If nobody participates in it, it'll die. It'll straight up die. Just imagine if nobody decides that they don't want to do that. If everybody say, no, we're not with that. We're not doing that. You'll die. But you got people that'll line up for their detriment, be sheeple and line up to their own damn detriment. Because the way they package stuff and the way they introduce stuff, you know, the enemy got a way of putting things before us, and they do it repetitiously, either on the radio or on TV or on social media. They got a way of doing things that are introduce things to our detriment as something new and innovative. And a lot of us don't even look at it. We'll be mystified by the music, the exciting music that they put on behind the man's voice. And I don't trust nobody who talk real fast. You ever see those commercials at the end of the commercial, the guy talking real fast, trying to get all the fine print out? You can't trust You can't trust that. You can't trust nobody talk that damn fast.
Yeah.
And I don't trust people who laugh a lot. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust people who laugh a lot or people who talk fast. I don't trust them.
Or smile a lot. Just smiling.
Or they got that sneaky ass smile.
Yeah.
You can't trust people like that because that type of person is always up to something.
Mm-hmm. It's still how society's changing, brothers. Y'all right, brothers and sisters. It's sad. It shows you they're not playing. Is Grateful still on? Is she still in?
Yeah, she's still here.
Yeah, she's still.
Okay, I wanted to when she gets back. I want to say because I want to say something to what she was saying about. It's not about you. You can disconnect. We have to understand that you can disconnect by only so much, right? And a lot of people be talking like the sovereign stuff and this and this and that. If your finances are not straight, you're not disconnected from anything. Because once you disconnect, that means you letting go of your social security, you letting go of your pension, whatever it is. So people got to understand there's levels to it, right?
It ain't even written that shit ain't gonna be no more of that shit left. It ain't even
Well, we
written
know that, but I would say whatever they might give out, you might get food coupons now. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the check, they can always play around and get that. Because even crypto is going to be fiat. no
Yeah,
matter what. Yeah, that's still gonna be nothing back in that. That's why other countries is trying to put gold behind it now. See, that's why China's doing because they've been digging in Africa for the last 20 years.
yep.
You know
So they're
what?
like, yo, we got some extra gold, so we could put gold behind our money now, right? So we got to see what these pale faces want to do over here. That's what it's coming down to, y'all.
I
You know
got
what I'm saying?
I got a prophecy, right? Check this out. Y'all heard of UBI, Universal Basic Income?
Yeah,
All right. So you remember they did the stimmies, right? The stimmy checks, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Think about it. Now they going to the cryptocurrency shit. So then they'll be able to ship that shit off to people on cards quicker. It's coming.
Yeah,
Think about it.
it's coming. It's gonna be instant. That's what I'm saying. People are acting like cash is still gonna be around because they like to do under the table deals. You see what I'm saying? So we can now cash might not be around for some of us to the grandkids, but it's still gonna be around. I would say give cash another 5, 10 years. But you're gonna know levels of society. Because at the end of the day, credit is king.
You may have
So
something, Hawkeye. You may have something there, brother.
right? So because I trade the markets, I'm into this heavy, right? I just don't talk about it. So if you look at it, right, even right now, let's look at what we dealing with. We got credit, we got credit cards, we got cash, debit cards, right? And now we got crypto. On top of that, you got stocks and your investments. Now this goes into a society. What does an individual have out of all of those different vehicles, right?
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
different instruments.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just got cash, that let you know you ain't got no money.
That's
Because
a
like you
fact.
said, enemies public, it's a fiat. So you already know you out the game. You got cash.
But you're right, brother. But the illegal business that's done that keeps America afloat won't be able to be done without the cash because
Exactly.
they can't have no digital data footprint on no legal conspiracy.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to have that fiat money in order to do the illegal business that controls America. It's the only way you can do it with that fiat money. Voodoo
Yeah, you're right.
Childs.
Now, can I show y'all something else? You know how they could definitely make people into slaves? Say you get paid with your coins, right? It'll cost you more money to probably get cash in your hand. So what you gonna do now when you get your paycheck? You gonna pay your bills and that's it. And use everything. Cash is gonna be something like if that's an option in a minute. But you might have to pay more for that because it's free. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't have it's no paper trail to it. It is a paper trail, but that paper trail could get stopped at one point. Once we get into cryptos and blockchains, it's paper trail to your front door. When you're
Exactly.
using cash, it's still not a paper trail to your front door if you know how to do it right. Right? So this is the time people better get themselves together and know credit and all that. Like if you even look at it, it's hard right now for hustlers. Everybody knows some hustlers. Yes, they going through it because they gotta adapt. Right? So, this is the new world we in. This is what it is. And we have a lot of people. Everybody's when it comes to these finances, it's an individual thing. But no, our society is gearing towards it. They might not get us, but they're gonna get the younger generation, 15, 20 years with think about it, metaverse fails. It's not doing good. Facebook, people not really jumping on it. So they know they're like, okay, we gotta worry about the kids that's 3 and 5 years old right now because they're playing with the tablets and the games right now. So they're not really worrying about us. So we the ones who are gonna either make this stand or say, yo, this is what it is. But it's the kids that's gonna be living in these worlds and dealing with this. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Brother, but we gonna have to do better, brother. We got to do better
Yes.
by each other, and we need to organize, strategize, and deputize. Meaning, all of us,
Mm-hmm.
whatever our strong points are, we need to just aid each other in each other's strong points. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your strong point is, I ask you, how can I help you? And you do the same with me. And we do the same with each other. And we all
Mm-hmm.
come up together. We all come up together.
It's the only way it's going to work, brother, because a lack of participation kills every organization. That's what kills organizations, not participating, not doing your part. And it becomes burdenous if one person is carrying all the weight as opposed to a collective of us doing our part.
Yep.
Yeah, because everybody do get like you said, it's like everybody got their own attributes that they good at. And then we like good teachers and students, and then you know what I'm saying, we be building, and I be learning a lot from everybody, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, especially when I'm learning some good shit and I'm not educated on it, I'll sit there and listen, and then if I got like a question or something, if I hear something I can give greater detail, I'll try to get the information out type shit.
Yeah, I like learning from brother. I mean, I'm not in the thing of undermining. I
Yes,
want
sir.
to I want to us learn from each other. We shouldn't undermine each other. We can disagree without being undermining. Because if you coming on and you're being disagreeable, that's not building. That's destroying. There's a difference than building and destroying. No, building means you add on to what a brother or sister is the information that the brother or sister is giving. And a brother and sister can actually be, you know, misinformed. You can inform them without, you know, embarrassing them. But a lot of us is we're in the business of embarrassing each other when we incorrect or if we're misinformed.
Yeah, they're instead of refining and reshaping and bouncing the perspectives and getting to the ultimate true point, motherfuckers will roast each other and just be like, "Look, I out talk the motherfucker and shit." Yeah, that shit ain't cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I avoid that shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I want to do, brother. All I want to do is come together with a like minds. Let's determine how we're going to, put our people in a better position in life and implement it. When we do the series "Divorce in the System," it's a process. People think, okay, we just gonna go cold turkey with that. No, it's a process of weaning ourselves from this system. It's a process, but you know what though? If everybody, all of us here, had a like minds, it wouldn't be that long of a process. Because if you take the money that comes through our hands and goes back into other people's hands within hours, when other people's money stay in their community for days, ours are back out within hours.
Mhm.
If we took and we pulled our resources, it'd be in a minute. It'd be a few minutes. It'd be a few minutes. We'll change our whole dynamic just by pulling our resources, and we'll be able to divorce this system with. I mean, it won't be the stroke of a pen, but just non-participation. Okay, we over here, we doing our thing. Yet, it's all about us.
And for people who scared to think about that, like there's communities of people who come over here, foreign communities, whether they're Indian, Chinese, and they be having their own towns, and they be doing that, and don't nobody look bat an eye. But when we come up with something like that, everybody's scared or it's a problem. Think about it.
Yeah,
I
you're
mean, they
right,
be getting
but
grants. They be getting grants like government money for my tax money to come out of our taxes to do shit like this.
they
So why can't we
undermine
do
us
this?
because they're allowed to, Brother King Genocide. They undermine us because they're allowed to. There's no consequence for them undermining us. We have to start delivering consequences to people to those among us who sell us out. They can't walk around after selling us out. We got to stop that. We have to stop that. Those who say they acting on our behalf, you better go in and you better do what's best for our people. If we find out you're trying to get a bag for yourself exclusively, we're gonna deal with your ass. Peace to Bronx, flat power God. That's how it's supposed to be. You better go in and stand and act on our behalf. Let us find out you got a bag as they offer you trinkets to sell us out. We shouldn't. We find that out. We should deal with that person accordingly, like anybody else would deal with a damn traitor. That's how we should deal with them.
Yeah, and look at it like
I
this. Oh, go ahead. My bad. I'm gonna mute up.
no. I had dropped down for a moment in time. However, I agree totality. This is for me, and this is only for me and my mindset and what I am gathering within my mindset to for us to possibly become back to the one that we have always been, right? Is that listen, we have to get to a place that in agreement, right? We have to get to a place that we're able and even through the fuck shit, right? To trade amongst ourselves, right? Which is bartering, which is you make this, I make this, you grow this, you do this.
Indeed.
I have $1, I put my dollar in your bank. You know what I mean? You got a bank, I put a dollar in your bank, and we have to start banking on one another. You understand what I'm saying? We have to start banking on each other, but we're not able to do that, and that's the mental illness that we're facing right now. We're facing a mental illness that we're not able to bank on one another. Does that make
No,
sense?
grateful.
We're not able
That
to
makes sense.
bank on one another.
No, I want to say one thing because me and her be talking. Grateful. Remember last time we
That
spoke,
makes
and I
sense.
was like, it's not gonna be everybody, and that's what we got to start thinking. We can't keep saying everybody or and put it in a whole sentence as one. You got to go with the people you deal with and
Yeah.
that you meet in life.
You
That's why
have.
it's called air likes. The same. It's the frame of mind. We're in the same frequency. We can't keep looking and me saying, hey, and waiting for others. Because sometimes some people need to see some people do it to even jump on board. Let's not. It's the same as how you got gold diggers and how you got it's pimps and hoes out here, and that's the mindset of
Yeah.
our people. We got to keep it real. Our people got the whole. If you come outside looking dusty and withered, you're not getting no attention, nothing. But you come out looking a certain way, you driving something, or you not even next to a car, just handing all the women on. It's a different. You get a different response because that's the mindset that our society is now, right? So
Yeah,
we can't
my
forget where
mindset
we at
fucked
with
up.
it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? King genocide. And we have to understand that. We can't just keep saying this and this and that. We got to know that our people are caught up with foolish things. We have to know that, yo, some of them don't want change or some of them are scared, whatever the case may be. But we can't keep waiting around and keep saying it when there's already people making moves. It's about linking up. Like I was listening to Roz, he was talking about some toilet paper. Yeah, there's a black owned toilet paper company. See, this is what I'm saying. A lot of people are talking, but they're not going online just to research. To say, hey, let me go research black soap company, baby food company, black owned this and this and that. They out there.
Yeah, they are.
And we got to start understanding that and stop acting like we don't have that out there.
And not only
Because
that, the
people not,
algorithm ain't showing us that shit. We got to show each other
yeah.
that shit.
And
Yeah,
we got to show each other that. That's right.
yeah, we got to also stop being lazy and intellectually lazy, and not want to look for stuff. You know what I'm saying? We have to actually go out and look for because it's like an algorithm. Our people businesses are hidden in the damn algorithm. You can't find them. They'll hide them. So we have to go and look for our brothers and our sisters who are selling things, to meet our demands. And I would rather give it to a brother or a sister than go anywhere else to get anything.
Mm-hmm.
That way we all come up together.
I tell you, on Instagram, they got somebody called We Buy Black. Check that out, y'all. WeBuyBlack.com. There's little businesses up there. They all sell. All the businesses that are up there, they're black owned. And, you know what I mean? It's different. They got toiletry to baby food, books, this and this and that. Just check that out. And then you just got to do the search like Enemy Public just said. And King Genocide said, we got to research. We got to Like it's your algorithm. You right about that because if you watching nonsense all day, that's what you're gonna get fed all day, right?
Exactly.
If you watching rap battles and what's the latest drama, the gossip, this and this and that, that's what's coming in your feed. But if you balancing out, watching some real estate, watching a little bit of something with animals, something with homestead, something with some building like this, then it's a balance. Something with the financial world, crypto, then you're gonna have a balance on your feed. A lot of our people are caught up with the culture that we want to keep saying it's a culture, which is hip hop, this lifestyle. We claim this street stuff as our culture now,
You
right?
know, brother, because it was made like if you take the 1989 meeting with the prison industrial complex with the record labels, they
Mm-hmm.
had a meeting. What does the prison industrial complex? Why would they have a meeting with the record company except they was marrying the jail culture to hip hop? They were marrying the gangster, the jail culture, and all that negativity that we see in hip hop today. It came forth through that because
Yeah.
they ushered that in because we were teaching in hip hop all the children, not just our children. We were teaching all the children because if you went to a PE concert, you know Hawkeye, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You went to a PE concert. Who was in that audience? A whole bunch of white people, right?
Facts. They had that was the bizarrest thing, and that's when I knew white people respect you when you speak your truth. We can
Exactly.
front all we want. They don't like house cats. What they call they the ones who called him. What was the cat on Silver Spoon? Is Ricky Schroeder, uh, Carlton. They made that up. Oh yeah, he's a Carlton,
Yep.
right? They made that up.
Sure did. Sure did.
You're right. They had the white fan crowd. I was young. I was like, yo, how they? But that's real. Like you said, a different era. Enemy public, a different
You better
era.
get there early, bro. A PE concert, and they calling them jokers devils to their face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Shut
saying?
them
And
down
they
and
in the,
all
they in the
that.
audience. They in the audience, man. You better get there early. You ain't gonna get no good ticket. I'm telling you.
Yep. Yep. We went from that to where we at right now. We went from fight the power, self destruction to where we at right now. Unbelievable in a 30-year span,
Yep.
30 to 35-year span.
See, the songs that we put out was like the soundtrack to our lives. The songs we put out back then. And
Yep.
we would accordingly if something happened. You know what I'm saying? When things was going on in New York, you was there, brother. When things was going on in New York, the according to what was out there, that's how we handled it. If fight the
Yeah.
power was out,
It was out there, bro. Yep.
if fuck the police was out, if
Yep.
it's
I went to the Day of Atonement. I went to the Day of Atonement march with Farrakhan. I went out there to the city.
exactly.
I was out there.
But if the number one record when we're being murdered is calling our woman out their name or licking like a lollipop or we that type of shit is
Yeah,
out. If that
yeah.
shit is out, you know what I'm saying? If that shit is out when shit's going on, we're not going respond accordingly. We respond according to the soundtracks of our life because in our subconscious mind, brother, they put that in our mind repetitiously. If you're hearing that, and it tells us through our music not to respond. It's those who mind is in who are controlled by the MK Ultra through the music and the media, multi-ethnic destruction in America. That's what media is. Because
Yeah.
all that shit, you got like a handful of people controlling what you read, okay, what you listen to, what you're watching, and all that. A handful of people control all of that.
Yeah. Can I say one thing, brother, if you don't mind me? Because you took it back. Last time I checked, what was that song by Nelly? She was they swiped the credit cards during the girls' G strings and all
Tip
that.
drill from back in the
Tip
day.
drill.
Yeah.
Now, I only saw that video on BET late night. They try to do it in the, like, evening or whatever, but it got pushed to late night, right? Then how BET went from that to everything is women empowerment and this and that, and they made the man look bad. Like, you don't see how they did that with BET? And it
Yeah,
was women in control of BET back then.
you know, Bob Johnson sold it. It went from
Yeah.
black entertainment to buffoonery entertainment. It's going on. If the wrong person get their hands on it, it's going to be GET.
Yeah, yeah.
You're going to be
That's
G.
actually what it is because that is the actual person that is the head president when she dropped down that is in control of the so-called BET right now.
Yeah,
He is
Viacom.
a factual whatever he is, but that's what he is. And I'm gonna say this because I'm a '70s baby. I'm gonna say that damn it, I think not I don't know, fuck that. I don't wanna blame us, right? I want to say that we was very accepting of all things, right? Because we got into our shit, from the '70s to the '80s to the '90s. We always doing our shares. We was all, understanding that the crack came through. We understood also that we knew when Reagan came through and pushed this shit. We knew what the CIA was doing, what they was doing, what they doing. We knew when they pushed this shit out, what they was doing. Motherfucker, we goddamn was say was shit. We wanted to become rich and famous. We goddamn got caught up in being materialistic. Plain and
Yeah.
simple. We
Yes.
I
got caught
agree.
up. You know what I'm saying? We got caught up.
Yeah.
I'm in that. We the fuck got caught up in this bullshit. Now, not saying that our parents wasn't, doing their shit too, right? Because they was doing their thing. I mean, my father, Vietnam vet. You know what I mean? And no, my first, let me correct that. My stepfather, Vietnam vet. My motherfucking biological father, fucking boule ass motherfucker, Mason motherfucker. So I got both sides of this shit, right?
I feel you. But you got to look at it
So
too. The drug era, a lot of us was mimicking the drug dealers. Come on, you see a cat come outside. He got gold teeth, gold frames. It was like 85 cats on a rope chains, Kangos, pushing a Saab. What was that other car company that wasn't even out no more? I forgot. It was like a Nissan, but it was a different name. So you looking at cats like, hold up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, it was a whole different era. 4 or 5 finger rings. That's what caught us. See, we can't act like that wasn't. And you gotta think about it. A lot of these kids, a lot of them young boys back then was making more than the adults, man.
They
Because
married
that's when crack came out.
and
Cats was making 10,000 a day, man.
they married
20
that
grand, 40 grand a day.
they married that culture to hip hop on purpose
Yeah.
to get us into the criminality. They married the culture. You know what I
You would
mean?
never see that era again. That's how ill it was. We still recovering from that era because we talking about it right now.
Definitely, definitely recovering from that shit, brother. Definitely recovering from that.
That stemmed it all right there. What? Man, you know what I used to see, man? I used to see people run down the street with headboards and TVs. You're like, what the? It's 85 or 86, and they run down the street with a color TV. Come on, man. It was ill back in the day.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It was ill.
mad money, like y'all think about it though. Mad, we like no, y'all don't like money. Like even though we know it's fiat, but look at the material aspect of that shit. Niggas ain't give a fuck because niggas was really like, oh, I'm living good. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck about y'all. Motherfuckers, they like no, it was the real grandest, laureate, like lavish ass. Like what the fuck, nigga? Did this nigga just come through here with this?
Exactly.
What's crazy
And
about that?
he taking people on trips and shit. He's like, come on, people, like let's everybody go here and there and there. You know what I'm saying?
Renting out the
Niggas is
roller
pulling up
skates,
on bitches.
renting all of
Niggas
that.
is pulling up on bitches and dropping money on bitches. Like, look here, bitch, I can change your life. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it
Yeah.
real. That's
But
how come bitches got caught up too. That's how
what's
come
crazy?
bitches became whores. Come on, talk about it. We're gonna
What's
talk about it. Let's talk about it.
What's crazy about that is is how they presented this stuff to us. They made it seem like they flaunted the so-called American dream in our face, and none of it was real. Like when you see these hip hop artists in the mansions, they got mansions. Some of them have lions and tigers in their videos. They have all this expensive gold. They may have Bentleys. They may have Rolls Royces in the videos and all that. But once that director say cut, guess what got to happen? They got to get out the house. They got to take the gold off from around their neck. You know damn well they don't even know who to call to get a tiger. They don't know nobody to call to get a damn tiger. They don't
It's
know
a
that.
movie.
You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
movie.
It's a motion picture film.
Yep.
So it's all fake. It's all fake. Most of these cats, it's a few of them live like that, but most of these cats don't live like that. And if they do live like that, they're spending that money frivolously. And then most of them don't live like that because if it's your first single, you ain't getting no royalty checks yet. Why you fronting? It's your first single. You doing your video in a $3 million house? I think not.
Yeah,
I think not. You know the realest episode of Cribs was Red Man's. That's the realest
that was the
episode of
realest.
Cribs. Red
Yo,
Man.
Jermaine Dupri was talking about that's why they canceled that show because a lot of those was rentals. Yo, you know what I was thinking? I was telling some young brother, I was like, yo, all these artists are wearing fake jewelry, man. It's that they make it so good now. You know it's fake because you don't see no old heads wearing jewelry no more. All of these
Or in the
artists,
video, it be rented.
yeah,
They
it's
be
all
renting that
fake,
shit
man.
up.
Or rent.
They rent it.
Shit crazy.
You got those guards with their gun ready to shoot you. You think you're getting away with that jewelry. They got some guards there on hand. You're gonna get that jewelry back as soon as they say cut. When you do that last scene, you're gonna get the jewelry back. Believe
Hey,
that.
look. I got another joke, right? So like some of the niggas, right? You think the bodyguard's there for the nigga, right? Nah, they there for the rented jewelry.
Yeah, that's true.
You're giving that jewelry right back. You're getting out the Bentley. You getting out the house.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've been around a lot of these cats, man. They ain't living like that.
Yeah.
It's true, Omar, but a lot of these cats not living like that. Nope.
Even the credit, like people don't understand these women that you seen getting all that work done, they're not even using cash. They're getting credit, right? They go disappear. They do it in the wintertime. They come back out looking like new women. They getting their bodies done over from credit, man. It's like people, it's a different world.
Indeed.
They giving credit to anything, anyone, and for anything if you have the right credit, right? And our people got to understand that. You know what people are doing right now in communities? They're getting together and they're forming up corporations or whatever, and they're taking loans out together, man, to buy these buildings, to buy things. I'm learning more and more as I get into it and you see it. So it's like, a lot of us have an individual mentality. As long as I get mine, I'm good. But that's what a lot of these people are doing.
You know where that come from, though? That came from, back in the days, even when it came to hip hop, you had very, very few solo artists. And when the record executives come and they whisper in the eye of a certain member of a group that they're bigger and better than the group, you know what I'm saying? That's where that comes from. That get yours, and don't get yours. Don't worry about nobody else.
Yeah.
When people have this, I call it the David Ruffin syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Be bigger than the damn group, bigger than the whole of us. You know what I'm saying? The collective of us. You got people who are actually like that. Smokey Roberts and the Miracles. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. You put one person in front of the group. Even though Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, see, I know their history. I know their history. With the exception of doing shows, Grandmaster Flash didn't do a goddamn thing.
Nah.
Because that music was played by a damn band and mixed down. The Sugar Hill record in the early stages of hip hop, it was no damn sampling.
No, it wasn't.
No sampling. Sampling didn't start till Marley Marl started doing that shit. That's when sampling started. Before then, when they came to Jersey to record hip hop, everybody came to Jersey to record hip hop.
Yeah. Yep.
Came to Jersey, Inglewood.
Mm-hmm.
So hold on. What was that family? What was the first family?
The
It was a
Robinsons.
that was the Robinsons, right? The
Yeah.
first family to put everybody on,
Leland, they call it
like
Joey and
yeah, the
Leland.
real record company.
Leland
Yeah.
and Joey and all them.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Leland, Joey passed on, but but the
And then
Sylvia
is
Robinson,
it so? Does that
Sylvia
tell a
Robinson.
tale that we sold each other out though?
Well,
To,
Sugar Hill did people dirty. Whew.
Yeah.
yeah.
They did people dirty. Even Naughty by Nature was on that label at once, but the deal fell through. That's how they ended up at Tommy Boy.
Yeah. A lot of that was going on back then. You right, enemy. Yup. A lot of labels was closing, and the small ones was getting, and other ones was coming. And artists was happening. They had to go anywhere they can get to get back on. You right about that.
Exactly. But they,
'Cause that's how I think. Yeah.
I was actually there. My wife and I was actually there when they named the street after her, Sylvia Robinson. We was at the ceremony when they renamed West Street after Sylvia Robinson in Inglewood. We was there at that ceremony just a few years ago, probably like 2000, 12, 13, something like that, years ago when they did that. Yeah, but cats used to come to Jersey and record hip hop. And all the groups, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, Sequence, Sugar Hill,
Right.
of course, Kumo D, Treacherous 3, Funky 4+1. A lot of groups.
I used to go to the studio in Jersey too, in Irvington.
Yes, I remember the studio in Irvington. Studios in Irvington, East Orange. A lot of people don't realize that most of the talent that came on Def Comedy Jam had to come through the Peppermint Lounge in East Orange. They had to go there for their audition, the Peppermint Lounge. That's where they went to do the recruiting at the Peppermint Lounge. I don't know if Peppermint Lounge still open. That's old school right there though. I'm telling my age by talking about that.
Yeah. It was a different
No,
time,
that's
man.
not true. No, that fuck y'all for real shit though. That's not true. Like story. Like listen, we was really okay. Let's just think about it. We was really together back in the day, right? Even if we had to fight, right? But we didn't really fight. I mean, if some motherfucker had beef, it was a 1-on-1, and you would clearly see that shit as it was. And people kept shit 1-on-1. No one ever involved nobody else for real in our day and time. Let's keep it above. Like you know what I'm saying? We was really together. And when this money aspect of the you can be have
Yeah.
this much, that much came into the play. This is when we
That
started
was it.
the vision really fucking hit our asses.
You're right. I mean, the people the people came and they'll whisper in your ear and say you bigger and better than the rest of us, and then that
Mhm.
and you can make more money by yourself. It was very few solo artists. It was like LL Cool J, Curtis Blow, people like that. Spoonie G, but it was very little solo. It was mostly groups, and they use that aspect when it comes to us dealing in life. They'll pull one of us away from the group of us, the collective of us, and whisper in that person's ear, and that person go, instead of standing and acting on behalf of us, they go get it back for themselves. That's it.
Yeah.
They go get it back for themselves. And that's what you do when you see people standing like these politicians. They go and they get it back for themselves. They're the only one who benefit for what the hell they talking about. Them. We don't benefit. They benefit.
Yeah, it's sad now. You're right.
So now let's we're coming forward right now, right? So coming forward, right? Dealing with what we're dealing with, right? We also have a little bit of that, but we're way more wiser these days, right? We're way more like motherfucker. We see you from coming from the we didn't see you coming around the corner, nigga. We didn't already spotted your ass. You know what I mean? Like nigga, you can't even come through here doing this shit no more.
That's
But we
that's the
still,
problem they have with us, though. The problem they have
huh?
with The problem with they have with us is that we see them come in, we call it out. They got a problem with that. That's why you can't say certain things to people. They want to cancel you just for calling them out. They want to cancel you for calling them out. They want to censor you for telling the damn truth. They get mad at us because we see them coming, and we can sniff their ass out on their bullshit. We can smell it.
Right.
I want to say one thing to this. You know what it is too. I was saying it in another chat earlier. We gotta start getting on these private servers, man. That's another reason why I didn't make a channel yet. You have to use these outlets like YouTube or whatever and pull people into your own world. That's where it's at now. We gotta give off this and get into a private server. Whoever runs their channel, people need to start getting private servers and looking into that. And if you got to charge a monthly membership or whatever, that's what it is. But people are gaining because we got to stop talking about a lot of this stuff in the public. It should just be quick, boom, boom, boom. Use it as an advertising marketing tool, whatever it is, to bring people in and then let them come into your realm.
Fact.
That's what we have to go with this, man.
I agree. Certain things don't need to be discussed, especially our war strategies. You don't do that.
Yeah.
War don't always mean violence.
Yep.
Any strategy against our opponent is a strategy of war. Understand that. So when we discuss our war strategies, it should never be amongst the public. That's not a wise thing to do.
Yeah. And don't think people are not doing it. People are doing it.
No, that's true. That's true. We definitely should, because it's easy to get a website. It doesn't cost that much. Even yearly, it doesn't cost that much to get your own personal website. It doesn't cost that much to do it. It's
Man,
just
my
that,
wife's cool with all that stuff. My wife is cool with all that stuff.
People are lazy. People, okay, listen, our folks are, I don't, well, not our, well, yeah, they fucking, not all of them, but people lazy, right? And for me, I do know that my information is free, right? Y'all information is free. However, what we're simply saying is we're not asking you to pay for some shit to like pay us. We're asking for you to pay for us to remove ourselves from being restricted from anything that we're speaking upon. If that fucking makes sense.
Yeah. I mean,
but folks ain't. Come on, these motherfuckers ain't willing to do that. These motherfuckers like drama. They love drama. Drama draws these people.
Yeah, some people.
Drama and chaos feeds these sons of bitches. Like, look at me, y'all. I'm grateful, right? Of course, I mean, I don't know if y'all know, but what they call me. I done came up here and maybe once or twice somebody asked me, well, grateful, did you have a drink today? And for the one time for me, just answering a person saying, yeah, I had a drink today from across the whole land. Now, since I responded to that person, I had a fucking drink. And I had a drink for that day. Motherfuckers across the whole land say, hey, yeah, gratefuls are drunk. I'm like, well, I really don't drink like that. I'm a sipper. But, yeah, I'm a drunk, though. Do you understand how that shit works across this bitch? And it's like, okay. I be laughing at people. I laugh at people. I be like, oh, okay, well, damn. Oh shit. People really are fucked up like that. They really are just sitting across this bitch, don't have no life. You non-lifeless motherfuckers out here. You just sit and just think because somebody said something, you make it be truth, and you really don't know.
Say it a million times. If it's not true, it's not going to turn into the truth. Okay, how many times you tell a lie, it's not going to turn into the truth. Instead, you're going to tell a lie that many damn times.
Like, yeah.
I want to close this stream out. I only want to go 2 hours and a half. And yeah, I appreciate you for coming up. Hawkeyes, Sister Grateful.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Brother, anytime you see me live, brother, you know what it is, all right? I'm just letting you know.
Right.
Well, definitely great days, and I appreciate it. And definitely, I'm here to support.
We're grateful. Brother, Hawkeye, Big Dog, Philly OG. I appreciate you coming up. Brother King Genocide, thank you for coming up. You know, y'all can close out, you know, and then I'm gonna end the stream.
Yeah.
We're gonna give everybody, I'm giving people a shout out in the chat though first.
Yeah.
You got it, good brother.
Oh, okay. I want to say shout out to thank you, brother. I want to say shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Grateful. She just left. You know, we just gotta build and shout out to Enemies Public. Everybody stay sharp. Keep doing what we do, and that's all, man. One love to everybody. Enjoy the rest of the week. And you know, just keep enlightening and elevating. That's all we can do, man. And put your plans into fruition. Man.
I appreciate that, brother. I'm probably gonna do something probably Wednesday. You know what it is, brother.
All right, brother. Definite.
Peace to you.
All right. Peace.
Y'all feel that? That piano was good.
Want to say peace.
This is it right here, PJ.
To my wife.
This is it.
Mrs. the Enemies Public. Peace to Big Dog Philly OG. Peace to Hawkeye. Peace to King Genocide. Peace to Grateful. Thanks for coming up. Thanks to Jewel 512. Thanks for
one more chance.
Brown Flat Power God. Thanks to Jared Jaguar.
Look, if Timothy Taylor was given a chance to do it again, I would probably change a few things. I listen to me a bit more. I travel the world with 3 rides, no hate to each his own. My name would no longer be Wise. You call me Jesus Jones. Pop off the hammer for jurors. Return of a prodigal son. Go tell your favorite MCs to give him his style back. Here he comes. If Timothy Taylor was given one chance to spit it again, he would rinse it till it's empty. Lock up to the track like Cynthia. Black youth will come to the forefront. Hip hop would feed the masses. No weapon formed against us will prosper or harass us. I'd educate your babies. I'd teach black men to raise them. I'd civilize your ladies. I'd be Captain Saberho. If Timothy Taylor was given a second chance at life, I'd tell Shaheed and Kocha that what we had was right. I wouldn't have let my sister be murdered on the train tracks. I wouldn't have watched my old earth expire in the projects.
Thanks to Jan Renee. Peace. Peace. And thank you to Noble News. Peace to Metal Face Doom. Peace to Monaga.
Yo, if wise intelligence given one chance to make it whole, I'd buy back all your souls. I'd give you crowns of life. I'd bulldoze all the projects. I'd build ghettos of grandeur. Let Jada Kiss ask why. I'm here to provide the answers. No longer a need for black folk. See physical labor's cheap. Job market in a constant decline. They moving them overseas. Get money the more to the ghetto. Pitch coca, cap your thing. No love for the poverty stricken. You click up and form the game. If wise intelligence given a second chance to say this, I wouldn't water it down to compliment your radio playlist. I learned the hard way. There's no such thing as black broadcasters. They're simply puppets at the mercy of their slave masters. Whatever you think, believe in becomes the world around you. Poor people think abundance. Riches will soon surround you. If wise intelligence given a chance to do it again, I think the thoughts of prophets. I'd rid the world of sin. One chance. There's no longer a need for rappers. Jesus Jones has entered the building. That certain way you feeling about what I be talking about. Talk shit while I'm walking out. Never let hate control your thinking. I'm he who speaks believing, who hip hop fans are seeking. If Timothy Taylor was given a second chance at life, I would probably not even rap. I'd open schools abroad. If wise intelligence blessed with another chance to live, I would live for the love of the people, a little bit closer to God. I'd bind the broken hearted, free the captive, touch the blind, crush the grapes, save the grace, and prepare the wine. Forgive the sins of our fathers for which we suffer today. Return the sons of mothers who mourn for watch the Donnelly page. I'd organize the gangs. I'd give them the knowledge and know-how. I'd do this like Reginald Lewis. I'd teach them to leverage the buyouts. I'd give them a love for self. I'd wrestle with hell to be right. If Timothy Taylor was given another chance at life.
Thank you for everybody who came through to join me this evening. I appreciate it. Until next time, this is The Enemy's Public. I am Bro.Nasir. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. Peace.
Yo, the enemy's public, I gotta keep my eyes open. Pay attention, stop walking around like you blindfolded. This not the World Cup, but Nasir be kicking knowledge. This is the type of information you can never learn in college. It's time to fight back, it's no more trying to play it cool. We got interviews, podcasts, and got the latest news. So sit back and relax, we about to get it started. Earth is a canvas, and guess who's the con artist? They brainwashing us, the system corrupted. You are now rocking with the enemy's public. You are now rocking with the enemy's public. I said you are now rocking with the enemy's public. Hey.